Mubende, Ruero, and part of Mpigi. We defeated 16 offensives by Obote trying to dislodge us. In the end, we caused the downfall of the Obote regime because the coup of 27th of July 1985 was a direct outcome of our efforts. Because of defeating those 16 offensives, some officers of the UNLA and soldiers thought that it was better to remove Obote and reach a settlement with us. Unfortunately, their efforts were thwarted by cunning elements who wormed their way into the military council and denied the young men who had staged the coup the opportunity to talk with us frankly. I'm here referring to elements like Basilio and some other opportunistic elements who wormed their way into the military council, thereby making it impossible for the young boys, the captains and the majors and the NCOs and the soldiers who had staged the 27th of July coup, denying them the opportunity to discuss honestly with us. Countrymen, this is 1986 and the 6th of February. On this same day, 5 years ago, 27 of us left in a lorry from my house, the house in which I was staying in Makindye, and went to attack Kabamba. We had wrecked the target carefully, and we knew what was going on inside the barracks. We managed to deceive one businessman into giving us his lorry, which could accommodate us as well as cover us from public view, because we left in the evening around 6 o'clock. That lorry was obtained by deception by one of us by the name of Rutaya. We went with that lorry and one or two other vehicles up to Kabamba, where two companies of Tanzanians and 1,400 Ugandan trainees were stationed. The Tanzanians were training the Ugandans. There was a big armory there, underground, which contained a lot of rifles. Those were our targets. But unfortunately, one of us fired a bullet prematurely, and one Tanzanian corporal went underground in the armory, because the armory is underground. The armory at Kabamba was underground. He went in the armory, and it was difficult to get him out. But nevertheless, we captured the barracks, the whole barracks, the quarter guard, the MTO yard, that is the motor transport yard, the signal center and the administrative center. We took control of the whole barracks, and all the Tanzanians who were there and the Ugandans ran away. But we did not get to the main target, which were the guns underground. We however managed to get vehicles from the MT yard, as well as some other guns from the houses of the officers and of the soldiers. And we left Kabamba by a fleet of vehicles through Chenjejo, through Bugangezi and Buyaga, up to Kiboga, thereby establishing our first base in the war of liberation against the regime of Obote. So from that humble beginning, 5 years ago, we were able to build this force which defeated 16 offensives by the Obote army. At some of the times, Obote employed as much as 80% of his forces in the whole country against us. By the coup of 27th July 1985, our army had destroyed at least 300 vehicles of the Obote government of all types. Soft cover vehicles, armored vehicles, helicopters, and so on and so forth. As you all know, after that, we declared a unilateral ceasefire. We stopped shooting at the Okello group which came in order to give them a chance to reach a peaceful settlement with us. Instead of doing that, they went ahead and started doing things unilaterally, ignoring us completely, until on the 24th of August, we decided to launch a limited offensive against them, which resulted in the liberation of Kasese and Fort Portal, and in the liberation of Kiboga, and in attacks on Busunju, Matuga and Ruero. After that limited offensive, the Okello group and their main elements who had allied themselves with that group agreed to talk with us in Nairobi. But their talking with us was not honest, it was dishonest. They were playing tricks. Because while they were talking with us in Nairobi, at the same time they were importing massive supplies of arms. At the same time they brought up to 20,000 or more Army soldiers from Sudan and tried to use them to thwart the liberation of the people of Uganda. Now, because of those tricks, we again launched another offensive on the 12th of September 1985. This time we attacked Mubende, Mbarara, and eventually we attacked Masaka and came up to Katonga River. Now, on the Katonga River, mighty battles were fought. In fact, the Battle of Kampala was fought at Katonga. Many people did not realize this. We decided to destroy the enemy at Katonga so that by the time we come in Kampala, he will be very weak. And we did it very successfully because the enemy launched 7 major offensives against us along the Katonga River, mainly on 2 prongs. The main prong used to come through the main road, that is Mpigi, Kampiringisa, Kamengo, up to Kayabwe and Katonga. Then the subsidiary prong would come through Kaburasoke, Kanoni, up to Bugomora. We defeated both prongs, as well as the western prong, which was supposed to go from Hoima, cross river, the river there, River Mpanga, and attack Fort Portal and attack us from the rear. We defeated all those. Now, again, it is the same army which started with the 27 people on this same day 5 years ago, which was able to achieve all that. Because of defeating the enemy attempts along the Katonga River, the Okello group came to the conclusion that they had to reach a peace agreement with us in Nairobi. But even then they were not honest, because while they were talking of peace in Nairobi, as you all heard, Tito Okello said that I was a saramba, that is to say a dangerous snake, whose teeth had been removed. They thought that the agreement was a means to neutralize us, so that they could do whatever they wanted with the people of Uganda. And indeed they did it. In Kampala here, they massacred people. In Mpigi area, they massacred people. In Masindi, they massacred people. All under the slogan that Museveni's teeth have been removed, there's nothing he can do for you, so we can do whatever we want with you, meaning the people of Uganda.
Well, His Excellency President Museveni giving a recount of the attack on Kabamba. By then it was in 1968 when where that video was gotten explaining events as they unfolded. And of course, one of the things
1986.
That is 1986. He mentions about as they're going to attack and what happened with the first bullet. That is also one of the things he says when one prematurely fired. But of course, they did not access the area where they wanted to get the guns from. That is the armory. But at least they were able to move away with something that, of course, was very instrumental in the bush war. He emphasizes that one of the key interests as the war was beginning, the initial parts, were to get weapons. And this is why we see there were so many what he calls operations that were conducted to ensure they get foreign aid. And today the trekkers will be, of course, coming downhill. That is from Butorogo Hill, and they'll move a distance of about 62 kilometers motorized this time around. They will not be trekking at the initial stage, and we expect them that by the end of the day they will be that is in Kasambia, that is, and we'll be giving events as they unfold. Anytime from now, just remind you that we'll be getting a live feed from that area where they spent the night to give us details of actually Jagana Semako will be telling us how did things go. Then the most interesting part of it is always the messages, the stories that people tell, live stories, because we are part of these stories. Actually, they're sharing their experiences as they were unfolding. And this is day 5. Just remind you, it is a distance of 195 kilometers. But me and Felix, we are still looking at the relevancy by then, today, and lessons we learn, and how better we can safeguard what was achieved by the gallant sons and daughters of this country. Remember, during the Bush War, it was not only the men. So far, I think we've seen so much of the men doing the talking, but you had ladies like Honorable Gertrude Njuba. I saw Mama Olive Zizinga in a footage. She's around there. She's also one of those ladies that can give you, at least I've been able to listen to some of her Bush War stories. Mama Olive Zizinga, some of them have aged, Honorable Janet Mukwaya, and many others that we hope we shall have an opportunity to listen also to the ladies speak and tell us how hard it was for them during the Bush War. Felix, love for one's country is evident that these people loved their country. Sacrifice beyond self is also one of the things that we look at, because you must know, not everybody who was in Uganda by then joined the Bush War. But there are Ugandans who joined. There are those that were not fighters, but gave support, gave food items, hid the fighters. All these had a participation, but not forgetting that then those who were at battle line also greatly, because this was a battle of bullets, life and death. So we must cherish, we must, when we talk about the trek, which is the walk, we must also treat that with much relevancy. Felix, we've looked at the 10-point program, and almost a number of the things that were put down in the 10-point program have been achieved.
But Robert, before you come to that, there's something I would want us to also give light to, and it is very important if you're to talk about the regime of the NRM. That is if I may put it in broad aspects, the woman. You know, in your intro, you did talk about the contribution of women in the struggle. But if we could relate that and the aftermath, probably up to current day, we must also understand that it may not be normally portrayed that women had a big contribution. And still, that in its own self does not wipe out the existence of their contribution. His Excellency, even when you listen to him most of the times and you read a bit of history, he talks about how communities used to give them food. There are families that had taken it as a matter of importance for them to make sure they have plantations to assist the rebels. And these were women. Talk about the wives who said, Neda, Mwami, go be part of the solution. As I told you earlier, women made a choice to stay widows. They made a choice. Actually, if you listen to the story of the Honorable Mukwaya, It's a beautiful one. It was a matter, some of the people had to decide between family. Most of them, and the women did not have to go on the front, but they fought their battles, probably staying with the family. If you've had the Honorable Janet Museveni giving her story, that was her contribution, saying, you know what, if you're going to do this, let me become the man now home. Let me raise these kids. And just like any other woman of any of the historicals, you understand? Because there are some women who refuse their men. They will kill. So we must also, as we discuss this revolution, this history, we must also give a cordency of realization and celebration to the women and their contribution. That is important. But thereafter the question shall be, Robert, continuously, we must also celebrate the fact that the NRM government has by far acknowledged the potential, first and foremost, the ability, but later on, the contribution of women up till today. Okay? No wonder, even at the time of promulgating the Constitution in 1995, the Obote Commission, among the reports that it gave, there included the aspect of affirmative action. And the relevancy was to realize the potential of the marginalized sect, which was as a result of our African setup, the cultural blockage, the societal disproof of women. The NRM government is the only, among, by the way, the very few countries in the world that realize, apart from the Muslim countries that have been able to, but the NRM government, if you look through your constitutions, all, go to Rwanda, go to Kenya, go to Tanzania, that realizes in particular that a woman must be given leverage. That is something we must celebrate as we talk about the trek. We must talk about some of these things. They may look normal because they are here, but it is not automatic. So, as we talk about the bush, the time, we must also celebrate that women up till today, actually among all international countries, no wonder Uganda is spoken of as one of the countries that has elevated women by far. We had in a locus classicus case between FIDA Uganda versus the Attorney General, one of the cases that was litigated in the Constitutional Court, to remove the FMG practice. Yes, this was a matter that some of these are some of the evidences of the good intention to elevate the status of women.
Well, right now, General Eli Tumwine is giving a recount of what happened then and his participation. Let's first listen to this interesting story, then we will be back to you.
Who would you tell? How sure are you? So many people would have wanted to go, but that was very, very important, that you already tell the one you are sure of. So we gathered at Richike's place on the 5th. But before that, a week before, we were sent to me with the adult tire to come and rake our route from Kabamba and also where we would go in Kiboga. So we requested the late Sam Njuba for his vehicle, his Honda vehicle. Said we wanted to do some work and we bring it back. We drove, we came through Kasanda, went to Kiboga, and that's when we found Mzee Kabulile. Local Taya knew Mzee Kabulile, the old man who was in the wheelchair yesterday. So Mzee Kabulile said, I organize food. So we went with him in his plantation. He said, Mama Tokagamara, and I can buy beans, and we left him heaping, going to buy some bags of beans and some matoke. Now while we were coming from Kiboga, the vehicle we had gone with hit in a ditch. Those roads were there at that time, and the engine came out of its place. I can't forget that incident with the little Andrew tire. That's when sometimes strength is useful. We hit a ditch and the engine came out of its place. If it was not for tires' energy to lift it back, would have gone stuck, and we had Ndugu did not know we were going that far. So fortunately, Ndugu was able to lift the engine back in its position, and we went and delivered the car back. So on the 5th of February, when we gathered at Museveni's place, I must tell you, we had a high morale. That's one thing I want to tell you. I don't know what, we really had the drive. It was just on a nice moment. I went and said bye-bye to my girlfriend. And I went singing this song, I have a dream, I have a dream. Now, every time I remember that song, after I had said bye-bye to my girlfriend, that dream is what I'm enjoying now. Yes, it was a bye-bye, but because yesterday, after we finished the hill, I've been writing my book, and I've been having different titles to give it. But yesterday, what came to my mind as could be my title was Surviving for a Good Cause. So, now, gathering at Museveni's place was like you'd bring beans together. There was no organized arrangement like you are organized now, that you are in companies, that you have this commander, no. We were just gathering there. And on the evening, we loaded, on the evening of 5th, we put everybody, and I want to say really, people were very disciplined, because at Museveni's place, we told everybody to make sure they keep quiet. It was very dangerous. And we were able to stay at his place, and those who were at Mzee Kazora's place, which was not far, we also ended up there. And Ndugu Andrew brought a lorry, a truck, and we had got a pickup also. Now, when we had finished putting everybody in the lorry, there was no driver for the pickup. The one who was there, I don't know what, I think it was mainly Andrew who was driving it. But since he was now going to drive the lorry, which he had got from a friend, we didn't have a driver for the pickup. And that's when we go to Rutarago. He said, I can drive. And we just trusted his confidence. So he entered the front car. Now, when we were finishing, when everybody was getting into the lorry, I was worried about Museveni's family, if any trace was left behind. Because I suspected that if they may trace back or whatever, they may come to the house, and if they find guns or bullets. So I went back to check the place. And the lorry took off. So I ended up going on the pickup, in which Yoweri Museveni was in front with Sam Magara, and I went on the pickup behind with two other soldiers, I think Suicide and another person. Our RV was supposed to be in Mejere. Mejere is a junction between Remiyaga, Njusi, and Kabamba Road. But there was a tank which had been hit during the 79 war. That's what we had said when he goes to stop, as a sign where we would find him. So we kept following in the pickup. When we reached
Microphone testing, check 1, 2.
So we walked from Nyendo on foot. We walked up to the town. And when he got there, he told him we are going for a party, but our vehicle got a problem. And the old man gave us his 404 car. So we entered it, left our pickup there with the Tarago, and followed our truck. We reached to the Mejere and passed and found our truck was still waiting there, like Chanda was telling you yesterday. He thought I was with them, but I was not with them. Now, at that time, as I told you, we had just put people in the truck. We had then our leader said, now let's form sections. So I had the responsibility to write. I started writing down the names of each section, section by section, and their commanders, and then requested each commander to brief his section on the task. Section 1 was by Sam Magara, who were to attack the Amara. Section 2 was mine, which was to capture the quarter guard. Section 3 was Hannington Mugabe, who was to take the quartermaster's stores. Section 4 was Chanda to capture the signal center. Then there was a commando section of pistols of those who had gone to Cuba, which was led by Fred Rijema, which was supposed to take cover of the officers' quarters. And they were only using pistols. We had about, I think, 6 pistols. So we then, now, after while I was organizing the sections, I had not dressed up. Because I had to dress up in my official officer's uniform with second lieutenant for the quarter guard. When I went to put on my uniform, because we were moving in civilian, the lorry took off. The lorry took off and left me behind. But by then we were very fit. I tried to shout, but I couldn't compete, of course, with the engine of the lorry. So I dressed up, put my pack behind, and held my gun high pot. For more than 13 kilometers, I ran after the lorry. Because I knew I was the one to capture the quarter guard. I must have done it in much less than an hour. The lorry had after it had gone and waited at Chakasa. When the lorry and the small vehicle arrived, the rake group of Sam Magara had to go ahead to rake and ensure that everything was okay and to connect with the people inside. Now, inside the Kabamba, our contacts were Kanga, whom Kabamba had connected with. There was Mule Mwanga, there was Yakabaire, Buderia, there was Kanyankore, there was one who became the MTO, Biabasheija, and JJ was in the know. But we knew that just to tell you what happened. So when I ran from where they left me and I reached near Chakas, I was worried. If these people see a soldier running, won't they shoot at me? So I said, what do? I said, okay, let me walk as if I am a soldier coming from Pass, going to, and if they just see, if I don't think they will shoot here. So I walked slowly. When I reached the road, there was a lot of silence, and I knocked on the window where H.E. was sitting, and I told him, sir, you had left me behind. Now soon the wreck group came back, the small car with some Magara, and said everything was okay. Then we exchanged seats. HE went back in the lorry, and I sat in front. Then the small car came behind, because the idea was that we would convince would keep the quarter guard ready and the small car passes. I told my section, I gave them a password. I told them, first of all, you will sit at the end of the track. Let the other section sit in front. You sit at the end of the track. You should be the first people to get out. My 2IC was Kasasra. So they sat at the end of the back. I sat in front. And when we reached the quarter guard, first we stopped at the officers' quarters, the section of Wijema, of the pistols. We first stopped above the officer quarters, just across. So they got out with their pistols, then we continued up to the quarter guard. When we reached the quarter guard, I came out, and my section was following. And then there were two Tanzanian guards who were very alert. One of them had put his gun down, one of them was holding his gun. So, just like we had just finished coming out, I said, Sasa, habari zenyu, muko namna gani? And the man was not interested in the greeting, was interested in seeing these who are getting. I said, we are from the headquarters. I did not want to say we have brought you chakula, because that would be, I said we have supplies. Now, as I was beginning to say that, then the small vehicle behind the truck passes. And the alert Tanzanian soldier said, mbona hiyo mbona mepita? And he opened his safe. Now, in the army, we have a saying, why adui kabla hajakuwahi? So, I did not want to wait this man kuniwahi. So that's why when he opened his safe, because he saw, and it's quite a bit distance, it is about 200 meters from the quarter guard up to the Amara. So that's when I said tumewaletea chakula, and the chakula was what he got. Then fire started. My section was ready. They even shot the second one, who was the next Tanzanian. And then the pistol firers started firing from the officer's mess. And in a very short time, it was fire talk, bullet talk. Then all of a sudden, the machine gun started firing from the Amara, which Ndugchana was explaining, which is an underground Amara. When the SAS section went, they took cover, and they tried. When they tried to go, he was firing at them with a machine gun, and the whole firing, suicide. Who was among those who attacked the quartermaster stores? For him, he went shooting in the air like this. Everywhere there was shooting in the. All the recruits who were near the dam where the parade was, all of them scattered, and they were very far. So the section at the Amara was unable to enter because of the machine gun fire. Now, when we started firing and we took cover, when I went to look behind, I saw our commander standing up still with his gun. I said, sir, take cover. He refused. He was watching the whole scenery. So I said, sir, take cover. He refused. Because there was firing from the pistol group, there was firing everywhere. So I think his eyes were mainly to see what was happening at the quarter guard. Oh, they have put the picture of Kabamba. That's what you now see, the Kabamba of today. So now, soon we got a message that somebody came from the quarter guard to say that there is a machine gun. There is a machine gun who has stopped entering. And at that time, no, actually before they came back, somebody drove a Land Rover from the quartermaster's place up to the quarter guard where we were. So our commander told me, go with your section, reinforce the Amara. So we drove towards the Amara, left the car behind, then joined the section of Magara, and then we tried to fire again. The machine gun man now was firing even in a more rapid way, until we realized that it was not possible for us to get out that man, and we withdrew back to the quarter guard. And by then, the quartermaster people, you know, our people, the Chakabare, Kanyankore, and Mure, who are there, Chakabare was in charge of quartermaster, so he had filled the two trucks of food, kawunga, beans, everything. So they drove them to the quarter guard. By the time we left the quarter guard, we had a convoy of 18 vehicles, 8 vehicles, 8. And that's when the decision was taken that it's now not possible to get the arms, and we had just picked a few from the signal center, from the quartermaster, and the ones, of course, of the Tanzanians at the quarter guard. And while we did not take the guns, but I think the trumpet was done. The success of Kabamba 1 was that it blew the trumpet that the war had started. Now, we left in a real dangerous speed, and it was very dusty. The speed at which we were driving was very good. So that's when we drove and continued, just to cut the story short, up to Sunga. When we reached Sunga, we got the police station there. We got another PG from the police station, continued to Ntwete, and then to Chiboga. Now, when we reached Chiboga, that was our first rally. And that's where the first recruitment, and our first recruit there was Nduguwaswa, who is lucky to be here, the lucky one, who has just been speaking to you. Now, Badakarege came later. The addition came later. So, as the president was explaining yesterday, we continued to where we had arranged with Mzee Kaguriri above his banana plantation in the hill, with all our trucks, with all our vehicles, and the guns we had, the food we had got, and the food we found at Mzee Kaguriri's, which he had planned, which he had organized. And as the president was explaining yesterday, the following day, then he deployed sections to first block these roads that lead to Chiboga, but also to capture some guns from the police stations. Hannington Mugabi went to Hoima Road and in Bukwiri. Then my section was deployed to go on this Kasanda Road, where we were yesterday at Bukwiri. So we came with my section and first attacked Kasanda police station, got some 3 guns, then went to Bukwiri. Bukwiri was where, that football pitch where we were yesterday was my first training ground. When I reached Bukwiri, I found the UPC chairman were distributing textiles to the UPC people only. So when we reached there, the people said, about UPC, so the first act we did was to go and send away the UPC people and distribute the textiles free to the Wananchi. Then I started to say, those young people who we have started the war, against the government. Those who want to join us, join us. So 12 young boys came. Among them was Magala Atali Ankoko. You remember Magala? Yes. Now he is the one of those who came first. So we made a roadblock of the road from Kasanda. We blocked the road, put 4 guards. So I then started training these people for 3 days. I think we had done 2 days. Now on the 3rd day, that's when Rujema came from the headquarters of Chiboga. We didn't know what had happened in Chiboga. The famous thing about Bukuye was that it's the first time where I ate fene. That was my first time where I ate fene. I had never eaten fene, but because of the hunger, when I saw everybody enjoying, I actually resisted on the first day, but I saw them enjoying, and so I ended up eating fene there. Now, so Rujema was sent by HE to come and inform us that the headquarters has been attacked and that we should find how to connect with them. Then Magalatali Ankoko helped us. He's the one who knew the area. But that night, by then I had 18 recruits whom we were training on that football pitch where we were yesterday. So we moved behind actually on that hill as we came, and we moved at night. Magalatali Ankoko took us to his father's home. Now his father welcomed us, took us in the banana plantation, and told us that ngenda kubasalira akaliga Caribbean. I did not know what a Kaliga Caribbean was. Now very soon we had some noise. Wee, wee. Now again, I had never eaten pork. So that was another challenge. We were definitely very hungry, but I did not know what a Kaliga Caribbean was. Me, I thought a Kaliga was a sheep. So now I did not even recognize that noise. It was Magala who, when he brought the meat, I asked him, what is a Kaliga? He said, Towaka Ulide. So that was our nice meal. And then we moved and joined, we connected with our headquarters above Ruamata in the hill. And the following day, that's when HE gave us instructions that these Tanzanians disorganized us, we must also teach them a lesson. That this war is not just a walkover. So we used that one shell. There was two shells, but another one did not have a fuse. It was the only one. Now our good person among us was Chakabari. He's the one who said, I know how to use an RPG. You know, you would trust somebody from what he says I can do. You had Ndugu Chanda saying we had Iraq, who said he had worked in a signal center whom we thought would disconnect everything. But I don't think Iraq was able to do it. So this time at least we knew Chakabare, who had been with him before. So in Fronasa, so Chakabare said he was the RPG guy, and the instructions were don't engage in charging, just fire at any force that passes through. Now, when we went in that place at Chekumbia, on the road to Chiboga, we waited a bit. Now, one of our soldiers left the ambush, and went and broke a chikajo, a sugar cane, from a 1 inch. That was the first test of indiscipline. So when he came back, I did not know what to do with him. We were still in ambush. Now, he kept holding it and everybody wanted to share it. So I had a challenge of, now, which is better? Do I let these people share the stolen chikajo or do I remove it? Now, if I remove it, do we tell them 1 inch or it will expose us? So the decision was, let them eat the chikajo, because telling them 1 inch will expose our ambush. Although I was feeling it was a big sin which that person had committed. So the soldiers ate the chikajo. And good enough, eventually a lorry came full of Tanzanians. And Chakabare just jumped in front of it and blew the vehicle. And I heard the Tanzanian says, shouting in the back. I think he saw the RPG guy in front and he said, "Mama Muzazi!" Boom. So that was our first operation. From Rwamata, then we moved to Kagogo and continued with, by then I think there was a guide. Waswa and Ruta Maguzi continued to up to Matuga, as the president was telling you to connect what with Kampala and know what was happening. Then while we were there, that's when we organized an ambush by Sam Magara on Bombo Road. We were in the hill above Matuga, and Magara went on Bombo Road, and actually they hit like actually 3 vehicles, because we were watching it from the hill. The first lorry, the second lorry, and the third lorry. And we were able to withdraw back to Matuga. One of the things, I wanted to share with you that our struggle had 3 main phases: the guerrilla phase, the mobile phase, and what we call the conventional phase. This is when we had enough force to openly attack and have a front line and so on. Now, the guerrilla phase was mainly using small groups, and that's when we formed different units. From Matuga, we divided into forces. That's when we started. Actually, that is the time when we started. When the president connected with the political leaders, some of those who joined us, and started what was called the political wing and the armed wing. The political wing had wazeis like Mzee Chigongo, Mzee Keke, Chivejinja, Mzee Karuna joined us later, Mzee Fande Kategaya. Now, that was the time we had for organizing properly. And thinking further, the greatest time, as I told you, which you should use for this time, the biggest chance was not about firing bullets. The greatest opportunity was discussing, sharing, planning, thinking together, and focusing our minds of and answering the 5 questions. Question number 1 is, why are we doing what we are doing? Why did we have to go to the bush? Chibonge chanini, vijana walihamia musituni. Chibonge chanini, vijana walihamia musituni. Answering that question is very important in your whole life. Question number 1 of whatever you want to do: why are you doing what you are doing? The question why. And therefore, why is this trek? As we walk, be thinking about it and ask yourself, why are you trekking? So we had to discuss that subject. Why did we have to go to the bush. That formed our first important aspect. Me, I was a teacher before, as I told you. The greatest thing that I found was exciting was teaching about the future rather than dealing with the day-to-day problems. You see, our songs, if you listen to them, kino kye kiseera mwe tuyina okulwana mu biseera by'omaaso tuwone magombe. They were prophetic. This is the time when we should fight. This is the time when we should sacrifice. This is the time when we should do whatever it takes so that the future becomes better. Now, the other question that we were dealing with was, where have we come from? What is the history of Uganda? What are the problems of Uganda? How are we like, what by coming to the bush, what problems are we intending to solve? There were problems all of insecurity, first and foremost, and many other problems. So, time to discuss where have we come from. Then at each stage, at every stage, fortunately our leader had the in-depth understanding. That's why I was telling you, me who is here, I think he's been my mentor, I have learned quite a lot from the beginning. He understood the correct line, the strategy, first of all, the strategy. For those who don't understand strategy is how do you want to move from A to Z. Now, from strategy, there is another word called tactics. Tactics is how do you move from A to B or B to C. Now, for example, our strategy is walking in this track to Birembo. But our tactics is between how do we walk between, we move from Bukuye, we move by vehicle, then we reach where we stopped, and from there we climb by foot to this hill. That is tactics. So he understood having a correct political line, which he had to educate us, how to understand the strategy, that it was a protracted people's war. Protracted means it has segments. I'm sharing this for the Wazukuru, so that you understand some of these points. Now, at each stage, we would analyze where have we reached. Number 3. Why were we doing what we were doing? Where have we come from? Where have we reached? Now, the interesting part of the war was how people were joining. When we moved to Matuga, we had left some contacts in Kampala. Afanderia Kategaya, Aleti Joy Mirembe, the other leaders like Sam Juba, who was there, and eventually Madame Juba also joined us. There were a number of people who were our contacts in Kampala, many. And we had people like Dampa who would move up and down. Now, people started joining us. A number of the people who joined us were those from UNLA. For example, all the escorts of Maruru came as a group. I think it was Rwabantu, Taban, and others. And many other people started joining us slowly because Matuga was easy. So our contacts, the late Sabiti, who used to be LC5 of Mbarara, was also among the people who used to bring people. And Matuga was very useful because it allowed us to get more. Now, we were getting 3 types of people. Those who were previously in Fronasa, those who were previously in UNRA, then intellectuals from universities and from schools, and then the Wananchi, the peasants. These groupings of the 3 was very interesting to put together. For the Wananchi, for them they were very simple. All they want, they would join to find out what was happening. Or they were annoyed with Obote, with the regime. Or they want to see what is this new force. Then the intellectuals were also very interesting. We call them intellectuals. These who had come from school, mainly from universities, quite a number. The Kasuras, the late former CDF, Aronda, Kazora, General Muntu. They were quite a number, and the Jets and others who are leaving the universities and other training institutions. Now, for them, they came knowing that they are the ones who know everything, and all they wanted is just show us how to fire, just show us how to fire the gun, and that's it. Then we had these ones who had been in the UNLA, in the army. For them, they knew they were the ones who know everything. Now, what we did was that we made most of the intellectuals IOs and PCs. And then those who had some military training as commanders. So a dispute started to arise between the two. The intellectuals started saying, we are the ones who should be leading things, we know what to do. And then it brought in a subject which I like, as we get more time, is to discuss. There was a subject we used to teach called revolutionary methods of work. I am deliberately bringing this, seeing how the young people these days are indisciplined. Revolutionary methods of work. How do you relate to one another? So at the stage, when we were still at the stage of guerrilla warfare, much of the effort was education. It was not firing bullets. We would go to fight once in a while. We would attack units which we have wrecked, which we knew we could have overrun. But the biggest part was, how do we relate to one another? So this wonderful time we are having like this is, how do we bring our minds together to focus ahead? That's why I'm saying this is a delivery of a new phase. So that during this trek, just we use it like we would bring the minds of the intellectuals, the minds of the peasants, the minds of the soldiers together, so that we tunasonga pamoja. The intellectuals would say, we are the ones who know everything, and only teach us this business of parade. What is? Now let me tell you the importance of parade and drill. The importance of parade and drill is to make you learn how to act together. When we are walking, our leader says, Misururu mbili. Then you see zigzag, you see. Now, parade is meant, if they say, adui kulia, if the enemy is on the right, all of you should know where the right is and where the left is. Now, I'm going to check, just for checking. All of you, put up your right hand, up. Put them down. Put your left hand. Some are putting right hands. Now, that may sound very easy. But if I said, turn right, some are turning this way. So the purpose of parade, if we had to educate the intellectuals, that it is important that we all practice how to act together in the shortest possible time. Then the soldiers would say, what, siasa? Siasa, what is siasa? What is siasa about? The importance of siasa is, people do not do what they should. People do better what they understand. So siasa is to make you understand, to answer that question, why are you doing what you are doing? Where have you come from? Where are you now? And then the fourth question is, where do you want to go? And I want you to think, Uganda, where it has reached this stage, where do we want to take Uganda? Then the last question is, how shall we go there. So I was bringing you to some of our methods of work. Now, revolutionary methods of work would teach how a commander, how a PC, how an IO, how a combatant would relate to the boss. What I would like to share with you, which I think is important, one of the subjects was, how do you work with a difficult boss? Now, these intellectuals would say, I have ideas, but my boss sometimes doesn't listen to me. We had about 3 cases. So, the lesson of methods of work, which are very simple, was that if you are the commissar, if you are the IO, and you have a good idea for your unit, whether you think this commander who has been appointed by the authority, whether you think he's a fascist, or whether you think he's not intellectually clear, or whether he doesn't know the politics, he's the commander. So all you need to do, what is important for a commander is heshima yake, give him respect. If you have an idea, go carefully, smartly, salute him very well. Jambo sir! Give him heshima yake as your commander. And then present to him your idea and say, as Fande, I have an idea. I would like you. Who? I would like you to introduce in our unit. It's not who has brought you who has brought the idea, that is your idea. You say, sir, I have brought an idea which I would like you to introduce in our unit. And you may either have written it down, or you want to explain. If you have written it, say, okay, I will read it. You give it to him. You allow him time. Don't just say, read it now. So he may be busy with many things. He's thinking about commanding the war and all that. So you give him the idea. Patiently wait. After a few days comes Afande. Did you have time to look at that issue? Then he may say, no, well, you can explain. Or if, as we used to do for the soldiers, we used to have daily master parade, where we would have this type of discussion, and everybody would be free to ask any question. Anybody would be free to have constructive criticism. And that helped us to unite it. So, when he doesn't bring, he may say, okay, come and explain. When you come to explain, you don't say, I have brought an idea to this unit. No. You say, Afande has introduced this idea and has asked me to explain it. Then you explain it, and it is the idea of the unit, not of you, the person. Now, those are some of the few methods of work where I see that indiscipline now is mainly because the people do not respect the hierarchy. The Banyankore have a proverb, a saying, "Tuingane taha marwa." It is only when people are drunk that they are all at the same level, because you are all drunkards. At that point, whether you are rich, whether you are big, once you are a drunkard, you are equal, really. You are there at that time, you are equal. But in life, respect. Discipline starts with respect of the elders, respect of the leaders, respect of the weak people. So, those are some of the methods that helped us to move from our gorilla. Now, then we established units. I was leading you to some of the methods which helped us. So after we had that time at Matuga of talk, then we decided to have these units. And these units were deliberately named after revolutionaries. We had the one at the headquarters. The first one was Abdul Nasser. Abdul Nasser was an African revolutionary who was the president of Egypt. Many of the revolutionary struggles he supported many revolutionary struggles of the people who were starting at the beginning, long ago in Egypt. Then, the next was Kabarega For those who don't know the history of Kabarega, he fought the British. He resisted. He resisted the British until he was finally killed and exiled. Then the other one was Nkrumah, which was in Rukora a bit later. But before that, there was Mondlane, which was in Karasa, Semuto area. Then when the late Luther was killed, Luther Maguzi, we created another unit called Luther in Kufu area, where we passed the other day. Then we eventually created another one called Mwanga unit, which was part out of Nkrumah unit. Now, from Matuga, on the 6th of April, we attacked Kachiri as a whole force. And we overran it and captured some guns. And among the guns was a big machine gun, which we could not carry, which was pullable. So we pulled that machine gun and went with it back to the base. And that's when the leader decided that we should, as he told you, he had seen the Kasejere forest in these hills beyond Katera. So one of the he gave me a force to go and establish a new unit in Kasejere forest. Now, we left the other unit in Matuga. So we moved, came and slept in Nakaziba, just across River Mayanja. Then the following night, because we were moving at night, we moved, and because we had this gun, which we were pulling, we also had, Ndugumule had been injured in the leg. So we moved slowly at night and we reached. Now we were being led, I think it was Nduguaswa, who was taking us there, who knew the area, and the other, those who knew the area. So that's when we went to Kagogo, near Setuba's place. We reached in the night, entered the forest nearby, and the Tanzanian unit, which was, I think, in Bukomero, followed us and saw the track because of this machine gun which we were pulling. I had put Kazahura, the late Kazahura, to the quarter guard, and very early in the morning we had the bullets at the quarter guard. When I ran to see whether to tell Kazahura to go inside the forest, I met a line of Tanzanian. They all took cover and started firing at me. Fortunately, there was a Kisugu, an anthill, where I took cover. And fortunately, I had a grenade, which I threw in them. And that's what saved us. When I threw a grenade, I again heard that, Mama Mzazi! Again, this was the second time I was hearing that, Mama Mzazi. And they quietened. When the grenade exploded, the fire ceased. That gave us a chance to run up the hill, all of us. And we left that gun there, and we had our first casualty, the late Kazahura, whom they shot at the quarter guard. And it is after which, now, Mzee Setuba was coming, that was on the 18th of April. It was going to be Easter the following day. He had brought us, he was bringing us some meat for Easter. And that's when they met him coming from where we were, and they killed him. That's where we come to the other day, where we stayed with the HE at Mzee Setuba's. So after that, we were not able to continue to Kasejere. We had to regroup and reorganize it, now to form Kabarega unit in the Chererezi Kapeka area, where now this Kapeka Industrial Park was our camp of Kabarega. And then after Kabarega was where we stayed, and it is where we received later on in July, where we received some guns from Libya from Gaddafi. And that's why we were joined by other commanders, General Saleh, Rubereza, Tinyefuza, Muhwezi, Jim, who had, some of them had actually gone to Nairobi and were able to connect. They were connecting with us during the preparations, those who were in the police, General Tinyefuza, General Muhwezi, and there was another one, the late Tumuhairwe, who died, who was shot when they were escaping from prison. So they first ran to Nairobi and then came back with Rubereza. So by then we had some of these senior commanders who had joined us. And at that time our president had gone abroad. Now we had a bit of some problems within our command. And one of our commanders was killed in the unit which was in Matuga. So we stayed, for us we stayed in Kabarega with the, then Tinyefuza was my 2IC. Then we formed Nkuruma unit, which was to be headed by Rubereza, deputized by Fred Mwesige as the 2IC in the Rukora of Chenkwanzi. That's when we formed Nkuruma unit. Now, an accident happened. The late Rubereza, when we had received these mines, which we got from Libya, the late Rubereza was teaching the others and saying, if there is no fuse, it will not explode. He says it explodes only when there is a fuse. So he said, you see, if he removed the fuse and then stepped on the mine. But I think his weight was so big that it exploded and blew him up. So that incident was a very unfortunate thing. We lost the late Rubereza with another young junior soldier who died with him in Nkuruma. Then General Tinyefuza went there to join Fred Mwesige. Mwesige was also injured in the leg, who was nearby. Fred Mwesige, Honorable Colonel Fred Mwesige. Now, again, we had another unfortunate incident in Kabarega. The late Ahmed Seguya, not Kabarega in the whole, who was our first overall commander. When we left Kabamba, just flash back a bit. Kabamba, we are 43. Ndukuchanda was saying how many? We were 43, but 27 had guns. So we had some commandos. Now, when we left Kabamba, and Ahmed Seguya joined us, he was appointed the first overall commander. But during that, in July 1981, he got sick and went to Kampala and died in the hospital, and our friends in Mulago were able to keep his body until we came back. Up to the time we came back to bury it officially. The late Ahmed Seguya, who had joined HE among the Bawajere of Katwe, even before Fronasa, long ago. But he was able to go with us to Munduli. He was one of the oldest people who was in Munduli. We were always worried about him, but he managed to go through that hard training. Late Ahmed Seguya, who was our first overall commander. So we lost him in July. Then in November, we planned to attack Bukomero. They were killing people. So we wrecked it, and so in that the Gombora area, and we moved with the force we had in Kabarega. By then we had received some. After we had received some guns from Libya, so we were really, in addition to the few police stations we were attacking and a few ambushes, we had raised a few guns. We started each unit with 3 guns first. Kabarega 3 guns, Nkuruma 3 guns, Ruta 3 guns, Mondlan of late Rijema 3 guns, and they had 24 guns at Matuga, the headquarters. So each of these units was supposed to raise guns on its own. As the president was telling you, it was gun raising by whatever means. So after we received some guns from Libya, so we planned to attack, our unit to attack Bukomero. I led that battle, and my 2IC was the late Namara Tabarwa. We went with a company force. Of course, most of the people were commandos. That's how we used to operate. You would go with a force, but with many people, with a view that if any gun is captured, you have somebody to hold it and use it immediately. Now, when we attacked Bukomero from up, it was two up with Nambara ahead. We were able to go through the objective, but one person remained in one of the rooms, one of the houses, when the first platoon went through, and our unit, my platoon, which was coming. That person is the one who shot me, so that at me with a machine gun. I had just done this to that person I was shot, and here I thought the whole face had gone off. This one was no longer working. Is this one working? So when I touched my face, I found it was there. So I had a scarf, I tied myself, and my escort came and carried me behind a bit, and I was signal for withdrawal and a whistle which I was holding, so I was able to blow the whistle to withdraw. Then the force of Katawara withdrew, and my escort, Sula and Kanadi, carried me, and we went near a house and found there a bicycle. But it had no pressure in the tires. So they sent me on that bicycle of the Rupanka. From Bukomero up to cross, we came just as the road we came through, up to cross Mayanja, to the hill above Mayanja where we crossed. It's a very long distance on that bicycle that had no pressure, but I had tied myself. Now when I reached the unit where Tinyefuza had stayed back with a force. We moved from where single training wing is now. That's the camp from which we moved to go to attack Bukomero. So when we left, they changed the position and went into the hill on the right side of the road. So that's why by the time I reached there, I think I was not able. Then I was told that they gave me Valium, I slept. Then they started an argument. What did they do to me? The two choices were either to finish me off so that they are able to move without trouble, or to risk and try and see whether life would be possible otherwise. So they had a good argument, they argued. Unfortunately, they decided the right way. So they decided that, okay, let's push him. If he dies on the way, then blood will not be on our hands. So again, they put me on another bicycle, but this time at least it had pressure, and I was unconscious. I was not able to know what was happening until we reached somewhere in the middle. Now they were pushing me towards Luta, where Ndukashaka was the commander. Now on the way, that's when I woke up. Now as we were entering the quarter guard, soldiers started crying. But something told me, you will survive. And I told them, I will survive. I was not seeing them. I was all wrapped up. I told them I will survive. So we slept there. Then they were arranged and we were moved to the next camp of Abdul Nasser in Matuba the following day. And I must thank, the first treatment I got, I think, was very helpful. Because I think they gave me good antibiotics. So even which camp I would reach, they would give me injections. So when we reached Matuga, they were able to organize, our people connected and organized the people, which would go through so many roadblocks. And because we had no other way, all the medical people we had at that time, we hadn't to go to doctors. The medical assistant we had was saying there is no way anybody can manage this, it will need an operation. So we risked, and they took me to Mulago from the bush, where we had some of our contacts. We had doctors there, Professor Tumwine. Actually, when we were in Matuga, in one of the operations, apart from them treating the late Ahmed Seguia, they also treated Muntu, who had one time got injured in the chest, and he came back. And they were treating our people, would send our people there, we treat them, and they bring them back. So Professor Tumwine connected with Dr. Makumbi, who was the superintendent of the hospital, Dr. Yombia, who after the meeting me the following day went to Zimbabwe in exile. Then Dr. Gwasaze, who was an eye specialist, and Dr. Ndaura. Dr. Gwasaze died, the late Gwasaze, and then Dr. Ndaura, who was a specialist of bones, who later became our chief of medical services before Dr. Makumbi. So they coordinated, and they were able to rush me the following day to the theater. Now, and then connected with our people. Now, the time I was coming from the theater, as I was recovering, I recovered kicking and saying, "We shall fight Obote." Now, Gwendi Kategaya had just brought a mattress to the hospital and met me when I was just coming out of the theater, and was as she had just arrived with her mattress, and I was being pushed from the theater, is when I was kicking, "We shall fight Obote, we shall kill him, we shall." Now he ran away for her life, justifiably. Now the nurse, you know, God works through many. When Chanda was sharing yesterday, some of these things are very interesting. One of the nurses decided to give me a sleeping injection there, between the theater and the bed. Now, two of the people who were pushing, one of them ran away. So a second one stayed with the nurse. They pushed me to the bed. Then he also went. Now, when I woke up, the nurse said, first of all, the story was, when I was using the porter's tickets of Rwachigundu. One of my famous names is Rwachigundu. One of our, when recruits would come, would remove their porter tickets. So I was called Rwachigundu. So this nurse asked me, "Rwachigundu, really, what happened to you?" My story was that I had my car. I even created the name. It was a Fiat Marfiori, which was robbed from me, and I was shot. She kept quiet, but she became very interested, and was the one who used to come to me almost every day. I think eventually, she must have been trusted by Dr. Makumbi.
Our viewers of UBC
So
TV, for those of you who are watching UBC TV Live, you are hearing the very good testimony of General Eli Tumwine. And to just let you know, here is where we are. These are the Butologo Hills, but specifically we are on top of a hill here called Chigando Hill. As you can see from our drone shots, that is exactly where we are, and that is where General Eli Tumwine is actually speaking from. Those hills, the famous hills of Butologo here in Mubende district, where the combatants actually pitched camp during the time of 1981-86 during the war. And this is part of the story that General Eli Tumwine is actually telling, and it's what he's been telling for the last so many minutes. Everybody, especially the Bazukuru, listening very attentively, and I think they gain a lot of more respect from the Bazukuru after hearing these stories. We're on top of a hill, very cold, and it just makes Uganda very beautiful. For those of you who have had opportunities to travel outside Uganda, you can get the feeling of not actually being in Uganda, but it is indeed just very cold up here. As you can see, everybody is clad in jackets and sweaters, and people have tried to cover themselves so tightly to be able to manage the conditions here. But these are the famous Butologo Hills here in Mubende district, where we actually are before we get ready to move over to camp number 6 in Chikandwa in the district of Kakumiro. We do not know whether in Kakumiro where we go we'll be still on top of hills like we are here, but this is where we are. Let's listen to General Eli Tumwine and continue with that very good testimony of his ordeal.
Extra bed sheet. She said, for what? I said, it helps me. I can use it better as a towel than using a towel. She said, for what? I said, you bring me an extra bed sheet. Now, I was on the 6th floor in room 17. Where I was, I got a kettle. These kettles which, for boiling water, they shine very well. So I put it in the next bed, a bed which with outside near my screen. I would be able, when I was on my bed, I would be able to have the reflection of who is coming at the entrance. So what came to my mind was that I should find a way of paratrooping through the window. Now the extra sheet I wanted was to tie the bed sheets. So I had reached 7 bed sheets. Whenever they would bring the extra, I would tie it on my bed. When they are not there, I test it on how far it would go through the window. I would not let it roll down. Now one day, they got information that actually they arrested our driver who took me to the hospital. Some information, we don't know how it went. It leaked. Now, they wanted to check every bed in Malago. And the person they used is an engineer. He's still alive. Who was with me in Lumumba. Who would know me very well. So, they said he should come checking beds as if he's checking for engineering purposes. So one time, I would see what people would be coming on that kettle. Then I saw a group of 4 people walking very fast like soldiers. And as they got close, I recognized he's a short engineer, short and fat. I recognized him. He came closer, I recognized him, so I covered my face. One of this part was covered, but even the eye which was seeing, I covered, and I could see through the handkerchief. And so fortunately, he came, checked my bed, and passed. He didn't see me. So after that, information was got to our people. The following day, I saw Mzee Alhaji Chigongo come and told me that we have got information that Bakunonya, they know you are in Mulago. So we did not check, we were not discharged because the doctors were not around. In the evening, we walked up into his car and I covered my head a bit more. Now, he said that he has talked to the doctors, they say they can follow me in Lubaga. Now, as we were going to Lubaga, we reached Nakulabie on a roadblock, and I found a policeman who was among the trainees I was training in Masindi. He was actually a relative of General Tumukunde. So he used to come to see me. He used to, even as a trainee, he would come to my house. He's a very tall policeman. He's now retired. So he's the one who was on the roadblock and another person. I was not sure whether he would, if he recognized me, he would not leak it. So he stopped us at the roadblock. Then Mzee Chigongo said, when I recognized him, I again covered my face. Then Mzee Chigongo said, I have a patient whom I am rushing to hospital. The man wanted to look at me. Then Mzee Chigongo said, I have a patient. I have. He said, okay. So that was another escape. I was taken to Rubaga Hospital. Now, these doctors, our team of doctors, followed me there. They would come to Mura. Now, when I reached Rubaga, the doctor in charge was a doctor who was with me in Lumumba. Now, that was another test. You see, that's why I changed the title of my book, Surviving for a Cause. I did not know what side he belonged. So I kept this story. I told him of having been shot in my vehicle and my vehicle robbed. So he went. But until after about 4 days, when he came and said, I know. That I know used to worry me so much. I know. So I then started engaging him and befriending the nurses, whom I would never tell the truth. Now, when we were there, that was when the Kairas were raking to attack Rubiri. So one day, I was in my bed. There was this Palestinian guy who was working with the Kairas, Sadat. So I saw somebody climbing on top of the hospital, who looked a white person, and I saw him. Then I saw he was a Palestinian. I got suspicious. I said, are they planning to bomb the hospital or what? So I got a bit worried, and then requested our people. I spent a whole month in Mulago, by the whole month, and then another 2 weeks in Lubaga. And then we had information that they may know you are in Lubaga. So I said, I don't want to play with other chances. I requested, take me as I am. And they were able, so Mzee Chigongo and our contacts organized and took me back to the bush. I found our camp in Mugogo. By then I had improved very much, but I had stitches which needed to be removed. And I want to really thank the daring of those doctors. Do you know that they followed me? They came from Kampala to the bush to remove the stitches in the bush. Now, when they were going back, they almost fell in an ambush after Matuga. They were using the Kasangat road. So they were told there are 3 roadblocks and they are looking for a particular vehicle. I think they had informers who would tell them a certain vehicle has gone to the zone area. So luckily enough, they were able to dodge the roadblock, go through the villages, slowly, and eventually were able to reach Kampala. But they dared and followed me, even in the bush. Now, when that's when I was appointed. As I was recovering, I was appointed. After that, our local doctors continued treating me, and I was then appointed the chief of barracks and stores. As I was, but when one time we were in a discussion, and some of our commanders were suggesting that I go to Nairobi. And I told our commander that, Afandi, we who graze cattle, if you get injured with the cattle, you don't leave the cattle. You keep with them until somebody else relieves you. You don't abandon the cattle because you have got injured or you have got a problem. And I was able to stay and recover and continue with the struggle. Until 1985, just to cut the story short, when I was having bad headaches, and it was decided that I go to Nairobi. So much of the side, this later part of the struggle, of the last part, the last year of the struggle, the last part of the year, I was in Nairobi. That's when I went to Nairobi, I found a lot of interesting things here with our external committee. The external committee had problems. They were not working together. And I want to thank Matthew Chikeire. Really, he was always trying to unite them, but they were... So we started mobilizing the external committee, and they were coming together. We visited those who were very far in schools, in where, after I had got my operation, after the operation in Nairobi. Actually, the operation also almost killed me, because the doctor in Nairobi decided to do local anesthesia around the eye. He did not want to paralyze me all, to anesthetize the whole body. Now, in the middle of his teaching, the anesthesia was no longer working. So I could hear him tear my skin. It was a loud as he would tear, and it was very painful. I almost died. So by the time, when I shouted, he added another anesthesia, but it had been very, very painful. That was very, and he ended up not actually doing the correct thing. I had eventually to go to Cuba when we had captured power. But from Nairobi, that's when we were involved with the peace talks, which we were calling peace jokes. And but now, when I was in Nairobi, one of the interesting things was our connection by telephone of Kampala. We created a huge network. We had a contact in the post office who was enabling our people to ring without paying. So I had contacts in Entebbe, I had contacts in the Rubiri, I had contacts in the groups of the Rutwa government. We had, and would talk to them. After my operation, our people organized, and our Kenya government was staying in Hilton, which became like a command post. And then eventually they carried a radio from the bush. Rutaya brought a radio to us in Nairobi, because even when HE was there, we were able to communicate until the capture of Kampala. Just to cut the story short, I thought I would give you that side of the story. The details will come in our writings. I noticed that we all have many gaps. There is no way we can remember everything. Our HE is very good at, he has a very good memory than most of us. But what I wanted to share with you is that here I am, who has enjoyed the teaching, the guidance, the leadership of somebody I could not understand how he could finish that here yesterday. So again, we are the lucky ones who are here. And then again, chino chekisera mwetulina okulwana. Young people, it is your time. We enjoyed the opportunity you have had. I was recently presenting a paper to the World Youth Conference, which was, is the African youth an asset or a liability? Can you answer me, young people? Is the African youth an asset or a liability? You are the greatest asset that Africa has. You have the greatest opportunity to lead and save Africa. You have the greatest chance in Uganda in particular to take advantage of this revolution and carry it to another level. You have the energy. You have the opportunity of having access to any knowledge in the world. No limitation, no bias, west or east, you can access. We have started a new movement. You are excited with what's up. We have started what's down. What's down is to tell the truth. Let the WhatsApp get excitement with their WhatsApp, but as you are walking, you are looking where? You are looking down and looking where? God designed every human being. Me as an artist, we call everything we design from a motif. The eyes, the ears, the nose, the mouth, the breasts, the very important organs, The hands and the feet, where are they facing? Where are they facing? Tunasonga wapi? Tunasonga wapi? Tusonge mpaka Kampala. Hivyo leo jifunzeni siasa na ndugu za vita vya wote na vita vya wote na vita vya iyowe tusonge mpaka Birembo hivyo leo jifunzeni siasa na mbinu za vita vya wote za vita vya wote na vita vya iyowe siasa na mbinu. See, we are many. Teach yourselves the politics and the people's politics. Okay, then. You may sit down. Okay, thank you, DJ. The band, thank you. Now, the other song, which is also very useful, is the one which says, nitasonga na mtutu wangu na siasa nzuri na wananchi. You see, tutasonga, but you must go with siasa nzuri. Nitasonga mtutu ya. Now we have no longer, really the mtutu is no longer the priority. Hold on. The mtutu is no longer the priority now. The priority now is siasa nzuri na nani? Na wananchi wenyewe. So, nitasonga na siasa nzuri, nikomboe Uganda na wananchi wote. NRM nipe uwezo, nikomboe Uganda na wananchi wote. Again, nitasonga na siasa nzuri, nikomboe Uganda na wananchi wote. NRM nipe uwezo, nikomboe Uganda na wananchi wote. Asante sana.
Thank you so much, General Elito Mwine. And he's just narrated his very long story. And the Bazu could have actually really loved the story, the ordeal of how he joined forces, how he came, how he got there, and of course, his contribution to this very great war of 1981-86. General Elito Mwine actually has told us, and he's been very elaborate on that. But also, just let you know, we are still here camping at Chigando Hill in Mubende district. But of course, these are the famous Butologo Hills that you saw a while ago, and this is camp number 5 where we are, and we will be moving on over to camp number 6, which will be in Chikandwa in the district of Kakumiro. But so far, by the time we got here, according to General Brigadier General Chomkama Kasura, we left Kampala to the first camp in Garamba when it was 671. The numbers have continued to grow, and as we speak now, official numbers of those people who have been accredited to be here are 993. But unofficially, the general says we could be up to about 2,000. And of course, this is what security needs to manage, and of course, all the other logistics to be sure that they work out well. As the trek is now, we've so far made 181 kilometers from Garamba, where we started our first camp in Wakiso district, and still counting. 181 kilometers is what we've done so far, and we just told that the next trek from where we are here in Butologo, in Mubende district on Chigando Hill, to where we're going to pitch camp number 6. In Kasambia, we have another 64 to 68 kilometers, between 64 and 68, and I think the distance is not yet very clear to all of us, but it oscillates around 64 to 68 kilometers. And of course, when we make that, it will I actually beg your pardon. We've so far done 117 kilometers, and if we do another 64 kilometers, that will bring it to 188 kilometers so far to what we shall have combed. And of course, that means we'll be left with about 12 to 14 kilometers from Kasambia to Virembo, where we'll of course do it on foot. We just been told that from here to Kasambia today, for these 60 plus kilometers, we might drive in our cars, but of course the president will be talking to a couple of people in the different stages, but the trekkers might be carried in the cars to be able to finish this trek that we started a few days ago. Here is where we are, and I think let's again continue enjoying the testimonies of those who are here. But yesterday, when we left in Ndirabweru here in Chiboga district, we moved over to Kanyogoga village, and we camped at a school just for a halt at a school called St. Jude Kanyoga Primary School. And you just heard General Eli Tumwine talk about that particular school, where he trained some forces in that particular place. But to get there, we drove for close to 50 kilometers, then of course walked uphill to where we are here for another about 8 kilometers on top of this hill. Why it's actually still very cold even at this time, but of course we can see the sun rising, and the people are trying to pick it up. It was very terrible getting, and I think from the day when we started, getting here yesterday was one of the biggest hurdles and the hassles that everybody will talk about. Let's continue enjoying the testimonies of the bush war soldiers.
Nemu training abere mulabe wange eri mu nkambi yabwe sawa nyeze ekiro ngasibira wange ngambula biche ebiri eri twabikolanga bameka babiri era nga mmanyi nti gwa wagira ajja kugwa naye bwe yagwa najja mu nkambi yaffe nga tusanyuka ne bagala bamugobe nemugamba nti mumuleke oyo mulekwa wange kubanga taata we teyayiseemu nerinya mulekwa nerikala bojje waffe n'obuuza mulekwa yani bamukulaga naye lyava byafuza ebifaanagana bwe bityo kinamu traininga ampenga information okuva mu nkambi yaabwe nga bo bamukkiririzaamu. N'olwekyo olwaleero tuli basanyufu ffenna naddala bw'olaba abakulu bano abali wano tuli basanyufu kuba tutanse okumanyagana tigundi akyali mulamu. Nze okwogera kwange kujja kwekuusa ku bizibu ebizze bibaawo omukulu ono HE lwaki twamuwagira ebimu bw'obyogera n'ebyengenge bijja. Katonda yateekateeka ebintu byonna. Omwami Museveni tatuuzanga lukiiko waffe ng'ateekateeka obuyeekera buno, naye yatusanga tuli mu mbeera embi. Nja kubamenyera embeera embi mwe yatusanga. Kanviire ddala ku mulembe gwa Amini. omulembe gwa Amini mu 7 munanjikiza yalonda abakulembeze abasirikale abajjanga ku magombolola balondese abaami ab'emiruka zali 7 kubanga nali nakawasa kwanza nawasa 7 kyenzijukire kyasooka nerabira etikiti ey'emu n'ekitundu nali mu lujja wange enfuluma nensanga omusirikale bamutadde fi nambuuza wapi tikiti yako nemugamba njerabidde mu nnyumba lala chini nankuba emboko 6 lwakwerabira tikiti y'emu n'ekitundu nate nagiwa kubanga njerabidde. Bannamawulire kino muyinza okiteeka ku mpewo olw'okubanga njagala tubabeerawo puroguramu egamba gano ge mazima. Buli omu ayagala okwogera ekyamazima ajja ku mpewo ayogere amazima. Abasajja abo bwe baba basindika nali kapeeka nga nkyali muvuga mumpi ati naye omusajja omu musawo mulangira wa Lugembe n'abakwana akawungezi banywengamu ku mulembe gwa Amini kakati bali mu mboozi abenga banywamu abagamba nti mmanyi ewaffe e Buganda bw'osanga nga munywa omwenge ozinga akawujjo ne bakuteramu omwenge bwe yakutula akalagala n'akasa ku tadooba kawotoke aba akazinga bw'ati abalaga Abaganda be bakola akawujjo onamugamba unataka roga sisi naboluyi ne bamwongera olwokubiri omusajja ne bamukwata bali bamujaji banywera onamutema engwala ndaba sawa zalinga 3 ezakawungezi bwe yamutema engwala n'agwa ababiri ne bakwata amagulu erudda omu n'oludda omu ne bakula omusajja okumujja kapeeka okumutwala kugombolola kilomita emu naye nga bamukuluza mugongo otwamukugombolola ne basula mu kkomera gye yafiira ng'avunze. Omulembe gwani abamu abalaba amaduuka gano agalimu enzigi ez'obutayimbwa ezo tebyali byakwejalabya. Abasirikale bajjanga mu tawuni ne basanga amaduuka baguddewo amaduuka bayingiranga mu dduuka eriggule kyeyagalanga kyeyasabanga teyasasulanga n'ateeka mu nsawo n'atwalira abakadde be. Kati ab'amaduuka ne basalawo amagezi bateekewo obutimba obwo mu maduuka byagulangawo n'ateekawo akatimba ako bagamba nti abasajja baabo ng'ogenda mu kisenge bwe yajjanga akatimba we kali mwenyewe iko wapi nga talaba muntu yenna yena gwe wekoze eki tajja kumenya katimba ate tajja kudda manju kugulawo oluggi oyo naawe namugere faanana bwetyo naye buli duuka etaliko katimba babbanga bubbi. Ogwo mulembe gwa Amini n'ebikolobero bingi bye baakola. Kanzire ku mulembe gw'Obote 2 ogwa UPC nga mukwano gwaffe tetunamulaba. Buli kimu nja kukyogera nga bwe kiri, sijja kubikkirira, munansonyiwa. Abasajja ku mulembe ogwo batayizanga amaka g'omuntu. Mulimu abakyala 2, mulimu abaana bakulu, semakanga waali. Amazima ga Katonda gano ge mazima ne bakozesa abakyala n'abaana bakulu nga musajja akutulo lyawo otudde. Era bakujoganga bagamba piga makofi gwe n'okuba mu ngalo bali ku mbaga yaabwe. Bangi abasinga obungi balina enkovu ku mutima olw'ebikolwa ebyo. Era abakaagamu gayinza okuba galina abaana nga bayasirika n'omukyala n'asirika omwana akulira awo. Gye bali ago ge mazima. N'olwekyo ku mulembe ogwo nali wa ddipiru ku lwe nga ndi mulalulalu. Tuba tuwangudde ewaffe Ssemuto ngenda mu kyalo mmanye oba tuwangudde. Kumbe kenabula Pawulo Mwanga nayise ekirango nti anaasamwasamwa n'ebivudde mu kulonda anakagwako. Nalina pikipiki yange Suzuki midumu 2 peseka abavubuka tukuba endu tuwangudde tuluka mu tawuni nga information eri mu tawuni ndala. Ne bankwata empale ne bansika ne bankuba omuggo wano kubanga nsamwa n'ebigambo. Olwo omukwano gwaffe ono tannatulaba tuli eyo tuli ku ebyo okubonabona okw'engeri ng'eyo. Wayita ekiseera ne batuyira ab'amagye mu tawuni y'e Ssemuto. Omayinza embuzayo emyezi 6 okuweza emyaka 7. Ne bayiwa ab'amagye mu tawuni ne bamulamu Sabbiiti 2. Memba wa palamenti nze nabagira Joyce Senteza eyali abangudde ne babaamu Sebirumbi obwa Joyce Senteza ne babuwa Sebirumbi. Ab'amagye batumalamu Sabbiiti 2 ne babazaayo eno estatement Sebirumbi gye yakola. Panaseddunga akimanyi. Nzize kubasaasira kubanga abasirikale bamaze wano Sabbiiti 2 naye kyebakoze bakazi bammwe eyo ge mazima aga Katonda mu ggulu. MP kyebakoze bakazi bammwe koko baana naye ate bampadde omulimu ngende ngula eddagala nteeke mu ddwaliro bajjanjabe bakazi bammwe. Olwo Museveni tanalabikako kuwulira kiki tugamba. Tuli mu bulumi obw'engeri ng'eyo. Tebereza Sabbiiti 2 tuli mu tawuni ne bakazi baffe abasajja bakola nga bibaagala. Memba wa palamenti n'ava eri n'abasaasiramuko ne n'abawa ekisuubizo ekyokuleeta eddagala bajjanjabe bakazi bammwe. Abasajja bangi balina enkovu z'emitima, balina enkovu ku mitima gyabwe. Nga mukama wange babadde ayogedde batuuka ekiboga nawulira nga essanyu limbugaana. Reverend Draza yali kiboga mu kiseera ekyo n'agandeetera tiwategedde nti Museveni agudde olutalo ku gavumenti. Essanyu lyankwata nga ndowooza bya Sabbiiti emu. Baali batulagira okutimba ebipande by'Obote ku maduuka gaffe. Nalina edduuka ku maduuka gaffe. Nenkwata omuggo nensabula ekifaananyi ekyali kitimbiddwa ku luggi ne kiyulika. Ninda Draza olina byaŋŋambye Museveni agenda kuwamba bu gavumenti. Kyeva ŋŋamba banambuuza ekifaananyi kino kyayolese kitya. Ne ŋŋenda nkola omulimu omulungi okukidaabiriza kirabike bulungi kubanga essuubi likoze eki? Libuze. Olwo tutandika obuyeekera. Naye bagamba Museveni yasanga abantu be waffe nga basitamye kubanga osindika asitamye agwa mangu. Omukulu oyo si mukoddomi waffe, si muganda waffe, tawasanga waffe. Naye amazima lwaki twamuwagira? Twamuwagira olw'ebizibu ebyo bye twalimu. Wadde tannajja kamwebaze. Ekirowoozo eky'okununula eggwanga lino mu mbeera efaanana bw'etyo kyali kikyenga omuntu. Mwebaza olw'ekirowoozo ekyo. Bwe yavaawo n'akiguza banne, nabo ne bakigula gye tutaali. N'atandika olutalo olw'okununula eggwanga lyaffe lino. Yeebale nnyo, yeebalire ddala. Yeetaaga obugalo bw'amaanyi. Kaneebaza abakulu bano abali wano, bonna abali wano. Bannange mwakola omulimu munene okwegatta ku Museveni n'atununula. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala. Nze nnyimba ezimu zinkaabya n'okunkaabya. Mbeera mu nnyumba omwo ne bayimba oluyimba nti abantu balwana balipigana vita ya nini wanji batekemu akayimba twazize kuyigana kwejjukanya. Bagamba balwana siasa nzuri na vita vya umma. Babagambira gundi ne gundi balipigana. Kale nyimba nyingi sorry, Haji. Okay.
Let's begin with the answers.
a leadership prayer in recognition of point number 1 of fearing God. Pastor Jonah.
Katonda olw'omukulembeze waffe eyasiimye okukolera omukolo guno mu kifo kino. Mu butolo obwo tuli basanyufu nnyo era n'ekkanisa tuli basanyufu nnyo okubanga emikolo nga gino giri mu kifo kino. Katonda waffe omulungi nannyini ggulu n'ensi, twongedde okukwebaza nate olw'okuba oli Katonda atenkanika, olw'okuba oli Katonda akyusa embeera n'oteekawo endala. Tukwebaza Katonda waffe eyakulembedde abagenyi baffe, eyakulembedde omuzadde waffe, eyakulembedde bonna n'oba nga wabatuusiza mu kifo kino ng'abibalamu. Era omukolo guno twongera okuguwonga mu mikono gyo, ekisa kyo n'obulungi bwo kyeyongera okutubeera okutuusa lwe banaamaliriza emirembe. Tusabye okuyita mu Kristo Yesu omulokozi waffe. Amen.
Please take your seat. Your Excellency, take your seats, please. I want to welcome you to yet another historic day. And I'd like to inform you, sir, that we've been joined by General Katumba Wamala, who is the Minister of Works and Transport. Yesterday we were joined by the Minister of Finance. He wasn't introduced, Honorable Matia Kasaija. You are most welcome. We've been able to listen to numerous stories, Your Excellency. And I believe that, like the Bible says in Muvulizi, that everything has its time. I think this is the most appropriate time for Ugandans to listen to the stories that we have listened to ever since we started this trek. How I wish that we can write a book which will be having chapters, the book of Edi Tumwine, the book of Pekos Kutesa, the book of, because I don't think we have a book which tells the whole story of what happened in the bush. How I wish we could have a book that will have all the chapters as being revealed by the journals who have been telling us in details what happened to them in the bush. How I wish we can have that book. But as I told you, this is the time for us to refresh, for us to appreciate why you used the word resistance and then movement. For somebody to be shot at in the knee and you deny that you have not been shot at until somebody tells you you are bleeding. For somebody to wish to escape from hospital, to go back to the bush where there is no treatment, and you say, I would rather die in the bush than dying in Mulago, tells a story of resistance. And the word movement means we are moving as a team. The Baganda have a saying that eyawukana ku mugendo efuuka kaasa. We are seeing some generals kwawukana, leaving the mugendo. And therefore, if you become kaasa, you will be killed there where you have gone. Oli bw'alaba kaasa amutta. Kaasa kawuka kaba kawukanye ku mugendo. Ogwensana ffe zitambulira awamu okulumba. So bw'oyawukana ku mugendo ofuuka ki? What happens to the kaasa? We wouldn't like generals kufuuka kaasa, abatambuzi okufuuka kaasa, kubanga that means you will be dealt with. I want to appreciate the stories, and I want to appreciate the opportunity that has been given to us, especially us who are not there, to appreciate and listen to what you went through. Wajjidde, Your Excellency, Mukulu Serunjoje abadde atubuulira story nga bw'ogiwulidde. I would like to request that he concludes, and then I invite you to take us through, Your Excellency.
Mukama wange wootuukidde mbadde mpitamu ku bantu bano naddala abavubuka. Meseji yange y'abavubuka, naddala abavubuka, nti embeera gye twayitamu yali nzibu. Neneebaza abakulu bano bonna bonna abasigaddewo abakyali abalamu. Era ennyimba ezimu ze tuyimba abali mu lutalo bwe tubeera mu maka zitweta n'amaziga. Oluyimba olugamba njaddujjukira kanjirajjukira ebirala nja kulujjukira. Kakati ebizibu ebimu byatuukako bye mbadde mbannyonnyola bituleeta n'amaziga ng'ate ge mazima. Era ngambye mukulu owana akole enteekateeka, teekawo puroguramu buli muntu ng'ajje nga boogera amazima. Tukoye ebyobufuzi ebyobulimba. Ki nze ekyantuukako? Ng'ennaku z'omwezi 13 omwezi ogwokusatu twolekera olukoola 83. Naye n'abakyala bange babiri n'abaana mu 10 baali 10 naye nga nina 9 awo omu wa mulala yali muganda wa mukyala. Bwe ntuuka mu lukoola ne bantikka emirimu mingi. Gwe kiyamaani wa security, abantu babuliddwa emmere, gwe kiyamaani wa food committee nti otyo. Kwakiiko ndikongo wa resettlement committee, nga spokesperson waabwe. Naye ebizibu mu lukoola ne babiyitirivu buli omu abimanyi abaali wano, naye bali abati babimanyi. Nga ebyobugagga byange byonna binali nnina byagenda nga nsigaza mukyala n'abaana. Obulamu si kikulu, nja kujjawo mbabuulire. Mukulu wa mala bwe yali abuulira enjiri yagamba nti bw'oba yakomala kwa lutalo suula ebyobugagga bye wali oyina. Nagenda eka nga nza okulambula mukyala n'abaana, mwe natambulanga nnyo, saazimba nsiisira, nasuulanga buli wantu. Ne ŋŋamba omukyala, siringi zino 5 zikweke mu kirago olambewo siringi meka muwa amagezi ku siringi 5 tibona babaguddemu ojja kusuula ekirago tebajja kitwala naye 5 jazisangamu olugendo lwo batambula omukyala wange omuto adui yamutwala yali alina akaana ka myezi 4 naye omukyala omukulu yali yamukomye okuzaala naye ng'aweesa akaana akadda ku oli akadda ku mukulu omukyala omuto ng'aweesa akaana akakulu omukyala omukulu ng'aweesa akaana akato bagwa mambushi omukyala n'akaana akakulu ne babatwala omukyala omuto ne bamulekera omukyala omukulu bamulekera akaana ka myezi 4 nakaziika ekasejjere era famire yange bwe nali ntambula namugamba kangene ngule sigala nasika siringi 10 kangene ngule sigala sadda olwo musudde kubanga bayibuli bwegamba nti alina ebyobugagga bwe bwobisuula omalako olutalo omutima gwange nengusiba era mukama wange nzijukira bulala enyambindo wambuuza nti famire yo liddawa nakugamba nti oba yafa olutalo bwe luba luwedde abaana abange bali mu ntumbwe bwe babanga baafa nga babatigonya eddakiika zewamala nga babatigonya baziyitamu omuntu omufu tawulira biri ku nsi nenkugamba sebo oba lugenda Tanzania nsigadde bwogu siina kyenumwa n'akatono ebizibu ebyo byatuukako bwanaseddunga buuno wano omanyi ku kakiiko k'abantu omwenda twasigala kaaba nze naye abalala baabasala Sedduka mu sabiti emu yazika abaana 7 oyo gwolaba oyo enkovu emuli ku mutima olw'abaana 7 byazika mu sabiti eki emu tubeera mu lukoola batwokya oluyira afande nkulu yali twali Kalambi twalina afande Jacob Asimwe twalina asiwa kamanda waffe omuliro twagulengerera eri tulinga abasaaga obusaazi ennaku nga 5-6 gusembedde ku nkambi kyebava bagamba tukere ku makya tuguzikize enkambi yonna neefuluma omuliro gwatulema okuzikiza nesitula ebyaffe nigera mu nkuluma twasanga mukulu Kashiringi wali wano ekamba muliro gwokka tye bwekuba tawanyiza nti emujja tugende yatusimbisa layini empanvu gwasookayo kya wano bwolaba ugenze eri kontroli nga kati teguliyo bwomala genda eri twagenda tutyo okutusa omuliro lwasinkana ne guzikira tuli mu mbeera efaanana bwetyo waliwo muwala wange Sophie Gombya kuba bati njogera nabo mutambuddeko olwaleero mulozezzaako mulabe naye mwe muli bulungi we muwulidde musanzewo muno wa Bogoya musanzewo Kakyayi n'abantu ababaagala okubagabula naye mutebereze omuntu yava eGalamba ng'alina tageti ye oba missoni ye ya kulumba Kabamba era bbe ebyokulwanyisa kutambuza bigere n'atuuka Kabamba n'akuba barracks ne bamuba ebyokulwanyisa ne babyetikka ne babaleeta zonna babaleetanga zonna otuka bukwiri nga babalumbye otuka wanga babalumbye twatuka mu Kirema mukulu Nsamba oyo omukono we gwasigala we twabadde Ekirema ogwansamba gwasigala naye nga abatugoba bava Kabamba otwalwa Kirema ne tulwana tulwangula buli talo zonna tugenda mu Kikoko basemba batuweereze akanyonyi ffe twekwese mu mimwanye wansi tukirise enja akanyonyi katunoonya awe bakoma olutalo oli Kabamba ne luwangulwa naye bava Kalamba kubigire ku speedi nga enteekateeka y'emmere teriiwo nti tunaalira wano nga ffe tukoze wano ne bagende Kabamba ne bawangula olutalo ne beetika emmundu nga teri ateekateeka mu maaso nti wano banaalira emmere banaawummulira teri Sofia ngambye nti mwalyanga mutya ekibuzo kyo kinene nika ansa yakyo nkirina nja kubikula mukama wange tubeera mondrane ng'ennamba y'abantu eweze mu nkambi afande nampita suula tulina mu nkambi abantu baki bangi naye nfunirayo abantu abalina emmere ndibasasula mu Gwakubiri wali mwezi gwa 10 8 naye aŋŋamba noonya abantu batuwole emmere alisasula mu 12 namuddamu bwe nti emmere wa 12 twali ba mukwano nnyo eyo n'abantu bonna ewaffe eyo mukama wange nkubuulire wotugamba it is a protected people's war ekizibu kyaffe kyetufunye ekyemmere kati abaana nkibadde batuwa emmere mu mwoyo mulungi kati tubabuulire ekizibu kyaffe wagamba oti onogola otya kuba nze nakuddamu negamba nja kutwala abantu 50 abamu bali wano bakano bali wano tugende basimba layini 50 maze bagamba nti omusajja bw'abayo emmere eyamu ogusima weetike kumenya ng'ova mu nnimiro tugenda nga nkyame wasemakula munnange ekizibu kyaffe abasirikale bangi nnyo mu nsiko naye munnange tetulina mmere tumala mbadde ndeesa abaana 10 wano bagende mu nnimiro basime emmere bagende ate muwogo mwali mune ate mutemwani amaka 8 agasooka ge gaatwala abantu 50 ne beetika emmere okutuuka ku RV ng'emmere nyingi twalina kiranduroba kyaffe bwetwateeka emmere mu ndwane nekola ki nejjula emmere enva ziriwa mukulu Kisuze omugenzi Kisuze yayagala nnyo okunsojjasojja neŋŋenda eka nalina enkambi yange mutatweningira abaana bange nemaga ndi mujje tugende emmwanyi zaali nyingi nensekula obusawo bwakawa bumeka owekira 5 nembwetika nempita mu nkambi eyo mmere zinomva temumbuza kirala olutalo lw'emmere nendiwangula bwe ntyo nzira mukyalagombya muwala wange gombya kiyambuuzizza tutuuka mu Lukoola yesaali high command bwe yatuula nga nti omugezigezi ku mmere eserunjo gyono watuze naye kakati memba wange yali mukulu Sempebwa Lwamata ne defense we Lwamata twali abantu 4 ngenda okutuuza olukiiko olusooka mba briefing ekigambo ky'emmere bayomba buyombi wavulye Luweero ozatya okujja okukulya emmere yaffe wano awe nakomba olukiiko lwakoma nengenda ngamba afande Jacob nti mukama wange bagambye siri mutuufu kukulembera kakiiko ka mmere afande Jacob yangambye nti olukiiko lwasazeewo dda genda ononye emmere mukulu Kigongo antwala ensanje akuŋŋanyiza abantu bangi yanteka kameeza bwati nakola statement eki oyo gwe mulaba oyo bamuwadde omulimu buli abuliddwa emmere oyo nakka wansi n'akola ki n'agenda nensigala mu mitawaana egyo yemmere n'agijjawa ndi omu bannange banziruseeko nange nakala mukyalikuya ne mbawo emmere nyambuka nsanje mwabamanya ekiboga nensanga olusuku luli awo nentima amatooke nga bwengaba nembagamba mwagala mbagabire emmere oba muteme abo nembalekawo nenkulembera nengenda omusajja ono simaina kukayanja kamutukula yali asimbye muwogo baye kazalinga 9-10 nemugabula ng'owange awo nentandika olutalo lwaki lw'emmere kanenfuna barracks nga mbabuulira ani yasulawo olusuku lwe ani yatya olutalo lwasulawo olusuku lwe mubalusuula mukulu kasiringi amanyiye eyo yali kadinaali wamala nga talinnyayo ku lusuku lwe ne mwami muliraano we yali nsuubuga tebaliiyo olwo ne tuluziga twalulya n'afaane kasiringi oyo ng'ali mu kibira ky'ennamawuugulu ne tuva eno ne tutuuka eri okudda eno nga gakuze ne tuva tuli naani n'omukulu oyo lwekyo mukulu muwala wange gombya nti emmere twakolanga rek abaati entalo ne bagenda femme twalyanga ndye ansa ngimaze twalya emmere mu ngeri fane bweti ab'eŋŋoma eri wansi bo baalya nte abaana ne bafa olw'ente abatalya nnyama mubamanyi bulungi abaafa ne bayiwuka nolwekyo ebizibu bingi be twalina mu lutalo olwo ebyokugira byali badde bingi niyo olunaku njogere mundeke nja kwogera ate awala kubanga ŋŋamba mukulu owana nkusaba oteeke puroguramu ku rediyo ne ku tv ompite njogera amazima ku bintu byaliwo mu lutalo bano abaleege empale kambabule baana bange mwe abaana abavubuka abato muwulire kino omuntu abeera pulezidenti abeera commander in chief akulira amagye Bobi Wine abeere commander in chief era nga mulaba nti mu ntebe eri mwatudde Bobi Wine agituulemu mwe abaana mbabuulira abavubuka wadde demokrasi waali naye obuyinza tebukkiriza buyinza okukyusa mu demokrasi mbegayiridde mukulu owana njalogere mu sitoowa yammwe ogyeyo ennyimba bategere nti okwonoona kw'ebyobufuzi bya Uganda wonna Uganda kwava ku bantu baganda bayimbanga ennyimba ezali mu magezi noonya oluyimba olugamba nti maama okufumbirwa Beeni nfumbirwa Obote kubanga amateeka ga Beeni sigasobola lugyeyo abantu baluwulire n'ekyamu kyayisa Beeni tujja kinnyonnyola abantu bamanye abakazi abaganda bayimbanga era mbalumiriza ate abasajja bayimbanga batya yeyeka Obote waffe gw'omuganda yeyeka Obote waffe sebo Katikkiro Milton Obote katukusabirenga ne baminisita abo mutufugirenga mudembe nga temuteganyizibwa ne Mukama abayambe nga bw'otusala ne muyimba ennyimba ezifaanana bwe zityo Mukama wange nkusaba teekawo puroguramu ompite nja kwogera ebintu byonna siyinza kubimalayo kubanga ebya myaka 5 kubanze muzikola malayo emyaka gikyo obwana disimbukoze Kiboga Rakai Kasese Kitgum Masindi Mityana Wakiso na Maria Bukuya na Maria Buyikwe emyaka 27 unchallenged. Buli omu alina ekizibu kyonna ekyokwogerera abantu mu mbuli. Mukama wange kankubuulire. Nina omulimu gwenkola bagunyambe era ompa omuntu ananyamba. Nina abantu 603 abampa kaadi zaabwe zonna eza FDC sadize maokote eno empenje gye nabasingananga. Kati gomba nensitula kaadi zonna nenseka ku headquarter ku secretariat. Naye ng'ebyo byonna mbikosa ssente zange kubanga awali movement tontawaanya kubya ssente. Nkosa mmotoka yange, ssente zange, naye abaana baagala okulaba nti tumulabeko tumutegeere ti amazima tuzze ffenna. Ate bw'onzigulawo olujja olwo onookowa nabo abanaze gy'oli abanakuleetera ti bakyuse onookowa nabo kuba kati bammanja. Ab'Emityana Sebulunja gy'oliddawa ab'egintu mulindeeko mumale okumala ekibinja kino tumale okitereeza tukiwe kaadi zaakyo eza movement. Nkusaba Mukama wange olwo nja kuleeta kaadi ze bampa bazikukwase ate obakwase ezaffe. Onooba onzigulirawo oluggi olw'okukyusa abaana bano bangi banjagala tonyumya nabo kuba sina mitawana na buli muntu yenna. Sijja kwogera bingi nga bwe ŋŋambye nja kubeera ku radio nja bisengeka kuba bwe ŋŋamba government programs gye zaava yonna twakata za LC3 ezo nzimanyi. Yes program gye zaafiira entandikwa program gye zaafiira ezo nanja zinnyonnyola. Mbagambe nti President Museveni talina buzibu wabula buzibu buli buki. Bwe walanganga ku program mwena muteeka amanakali mumbuuze ng'ebibuuzo bye mwagala kubanga ze ansa nzirina. Ebisoko bire kati balagikola nkya nziyagala nkya lugende mu radio. Mukama wange ebintu bingi ebyokwogera singa natandise okwogera. Kankome wano mpe Honorable Nankabirwa taking over ebiranja byogera ku radio.
Webale nnyo ssebo, webalire ddala. Enjiri nga bwe yasomebwa Kapiteeni Sserunjogi. Olaba ekitabo kiri kyenjogeddeko ng'enjiri ya Kapiteeni Sserunjogi gye tusoma essuula ye neggwako ne tukwata essuula endala nga kigenda kunyuma. Ba MPs bayogeddeko. Omu yali Kisamba Mugerwanga wa DP, omulala yali Ssente za Joy. Abagenda ebbombo busimanya abanunule abalimi be baali basibye ate ne babakuba bukubi kibooko. Mukulu Sserunjogi bayogeddeko beewo ba MPs. Kati mukama wange President waliwo Kulu Yahaya owa Fronasa eyasomesa ba General Elitumwine doze Tanzania. Bangambye nti wali wano Mukulu Yahaya ate nga n'omudaali gwe ogwa Nalubaale gwamuweebwa kyamukisa mubi nti ate gumuguddeko. Agufunye his medal mukubwa omulabye. I was just introducing you. I was told that you were present. God has kept you. Thank you so much. We treasure you. Katonda akusasire. Omukufu ogufunye omudaali bakukuwadde tabana bakugumuwa yono abadde wano. Kakati Mukulu Sserunjogi yabadde nga alina ennyimba ezo zemumanyi ezituleetera feeling eyo. Twali agadde bakubemuko oluyimba olwo nga Commander in Chief, Chief Walker, Chairman wa National Resistance Movement, nannyini mwoyo gwa Uganda ogutafa n'ogwa Africa yonna awulirize oluyimba olwo lubenga lumuleeta okwogerako eriffe. I would like oluyimba olujjukidde. Thank you so much. I want to take this opportunity to invite you, Your Excellency, Commander-in-Chief, Chairman, National Resistance Movement, Chief Walker, Birembo 2020, to address us. Thank you so much.
Nabara masibo mwena mbara msiza. I want to welcome you here to Butorogo. I hope you know what the word Butorogo means. Butorogo, I think in Uganda they call it Oksowa. When something aborts, Oksowa. In Runyaktara, Runyankore, Runyoro, Rutoro, Ruchiga, aborting is Oktoroga. So when you hear Torogo, that means maybe there were some diseases which were causing cows or something. To Okora Kimuruganda? Oksora. That's what Torogo means. We didn't use this area very much because I just want to tell Serunjoji a little bit. On the attack on Kabamba 3, we were a bit more organized. We had pre-dumped maize grain on the way out from Sebuguzi to Chamsisi. Then from Chamsisi, then we cross Mbende Road. We had some sites where we had, this time we had put maize grain. on the way out. But when our movement was exposed, then we had to divide the force. I wrote it in I hope they will even make a booklet about this operation. So we had to now divide the force. The 700 who went with Saleh, we separated at Chamsi on Christmas Day, 1984. And then Saleh continued secretly, moving on at night. Where I stayed with Kashirinji, and we moved backwards to deceive the UPC. Now, that time we didn't have the arrangements there, because the arrangement was along the eastern side. Sebuguzi, Chamsisi, Wamara, areas of Chigezi, in Madu. At that time they followed the railway through, what do they call that town? Bobanda, those areas. Now, after attacking Kabamba, Saleh rightly decided not to come back the way, because I think the plan had been to go through Wamara and come back through Wamara. But after the attack, then Saleh decided to not to come back through the old route, but instead to go now to the west, to Toro, go to Chaka, Chejegwa. So this was a new route. There were no arrangements. But we had money, we had got some money from Hoima. You know, we had attacked Hoima in June, and there was cash there, so we went and picked the cash from the bank, from the UCB. So we had after a bit of money, and these commanders would go and pay. Like, for instance, when we were coming back, I paid for big amount of maize at Ntwetwe. I paid Chigongo, who was our supporter, because the UPC would have killed him. So what we did when we were coming back, at Ntwetwe, the whole cooperative society was full of maize. We arranged that I pay him so that our farmers don't lose money. But he tells the UPC that we had grabbed the maize. Nibaba Kasori Songa Twamusasura. I paid him, but that's what we told the UPCs. So the issue of food, yes, sometimes we would organize, other times we would didn't have the capacity, especially at that phase. For the population, we couldn't buy for the whole population. That's what Sura was talking about. Cardinal Subuga's Rusuku helped us so much. I used to hear about it. There were other places where they were getting food from. Chikolimbo. Where is Chikolimbo? They were talking about it. Chikolimbo. They would go there, Chikolimbo. Then we started getting food from Bururi. I used to hear of Bururi. These were abandoned gardens, abandoned by the Wananchi. Then we would take advantage of them. So on the issue of food, we had a combination. We would either use abandoned gardens or make arrangements for buying. That's why we would keep some of the areas not operating there, because we wanted them to continue producing, so to buy from them. There was a quiet business between some of the farmers with the guerrillas, with us. So I think we shall talk more there. The hills, I heard you people talking about climbing these hills. This is actually a little bit of an anticlimax. because the hills have so much improved. Because when we were climbing over the other one, the one we started with, Kanzira, there was no road. You would go along a path. And these roads now, although they are not good, they are still bad, but they are better arranged because you don't go perpendicular along the hill. I think Amot Chiza, is he the one who made the road? The chairman of Mbende, is he here? But he was here yesterday. The road they made it is not as steep as the path where. Because when you are making a road, you follow the contour a bit. That's why it is very tiresome, but it's much better than it was. But what is crucial for you, there are three things. Ideology. Why are we doing all this? And why are we still doing all this? It is because of the ideology, our ideology. What is our ideology? Ideology is like omusawo bwakebera omulwadde. When a doctor examines a patient and makes a diagnosis, and then after the diagnosis, he makes a prescription. Said omulwadde ono arwadde omusujja. Ate bwe guba omusujja, eddagala erisaanidde lyerino. Now the NRM, which I had General Tumwine telling you about, where we started in the 60s, we carried out a diagnosis of Africa. And they said, Africano, because you remember, there's a place called America now. You hear that people are Americans. But 600 years ago, there were other Americans, the real Americans. These are people with small eyes. They look like Chinese. They were called Red Indians. If you go there, they are no longer there. Yeah. The few who are there are like a tourist site. They are in reserves. New people, Europeans, who came from Europe and took over that land are the ones we call Americans now. So when we analyzed the situation of Africa in the 1960s, we said, these Africans, if they are not careful, one day this Africa will be controlled by other people. And these Africans will disappear. And since I am African, and my children are African, and I now have grandchildren, in the narrow and in the wider sense, we are of the view that everything should be done so that these Africans stand up and survive. So that they are not like what happened to the Red Indians. By the way, here things had started. In the 1950s, when I was in the school system, we were talking of the White Highlands of Kenya. A part of Kenya was already being called White Highlands. You go and check in the, because we are always on the computers instead of thinking. It's a sin about the computer because my own computer is here. Nayo obaraba ingaro zona ziri kunani. They call it Google. When do you think yourself? Bobera wakunonye birozo byabarara ebyo bijadi. I have no time to waste with the computer because I'm thinking my own thinking. But since you are always with your fingers on those things of yours, you go and check what they were calling White Highlands. I don't know whether they put it there or they hid it. A part of Kenya was being called White Highlands. The Europeans had taken it over. And there was a big war when Kenyatta started. That's why Kenyatta was called a leader unto death and darkness. And Kenyatta mukulembeze agenda kuleta okufa nekizikiza. Why? Because he was saying, give us back our land, the land of the Kikuyus. That's how he became a leader of darkness. So, Kenya was already taken over by the Europeans. Zimbabwe was taken over. South Africa, even today, the land in South Africa has never come back. So, I had when I was inside there, they were saying, this old man, how does he manage to go over this hill? Answer number one is ideology. Ideology because we diagnosed and said that these Africans, they are going to disappear if they don't change. And they can change. Why will they disappear? We have reasons, which we have written about. First of all, if you lag behind in science and technology, you cannot survive. Because that's what happened. Africa was colonized because we lagged behind with the technology of gunpowder. That was the difference. All the other technologies were there. Invention of fire, we invented fire by ourselves. 1.5 million years ago. Invention of agriculture, we did it by ourselves. Invention of domestication of animals, we did it. Of animals, we did it. Invention of iron ore, of iron, we did it. But we lagged behind in gunpowder. And that's how the whole thing, that's how we suffered. The slave trade, the colonialism, marginalization, ebyo byonna byava ku kintu kimu, lagging behind in science and technology. But there are also other factors. Tribalism. Tribalism. People are thinking of tribes, smaller tribes. Let alone religion. But yet, how will you build a strong economy with a big market if you are thinking of tribes? Recently, I was in Busoga, And some of the Wasoga fond of saying, Awasoga Ansete, Awasoga Ansete, Awasoga Ansete. Now, the NRM has woken up the Wasoga bit. They are now producing a lot of sugar cane. And also a lot of sugar now. So the sugar is now too much. The market, the internal market is not enough. So I went there recently, I said, okay, people have been telling you about Sogan said, now you buy the sugar now. Let the Wasoga buy the sugar. They said, no, please, you are arrange for us to sell the sugar in Kenya. The sugar cane, ebikado, to between the Kenya. Oh, so you now know that you now know that Busoga is not enough. You now know that Uganda is not enough. You are now waking up to that you need Kenya. I went this side and I found the Banyankwere. Some time ago, I brought Indians to help those Banyankwere because the Banyankwere were just asleep. What Tumwina was telling you when I was in the tent. I started actually in 1959 when I went to Barra High School. And I saw Barra Stock Farm. I went back and I told my father, I said, what you are doing here is not really enough. So eventually we woke up those Banyankwere. Now they have a lot of milk. Now when they started having a bit of milk, then they started saying, I'm at a gate. Then they were quarreling with my Indians. I brought Indians to help us to process the milk. Then some small people, no, I'm at a gate. But where do you want to put the milk? Because if you produce the milk, the important thing is that somebody buys it from you. Because if nobody buys it, it will be useless to you. But at that time, they couldn't understand. I'm at a gate. They thought the Indians were taking their milk. I'm at a gate. Even they are annoying. So now the production of milk has gone up. The milk has no market inside the Uganda. They are stuck. So I was there recently. They said, okay, now you buy the milk. Because you are saying it is Amateganyu. Now you buy it. Oh, no. Look for the market. But you are the ones who are saying that the milk is yours. You now buy it. These fellows here, this will be in the area here. There's a lot of maize. I think you saw it when we were coming. So much maize. The maize, although the good thing is that the market is not yet so much restricted. The market is, but anyway, that's another story. So they are now beginning to wake up to know that if you want to have a prosperous life in a modern way, it is good that you have a big market. But how will you have a big market if you are thinking of tribes? How will you have a big market if you are thinking of religious groups? So that's why the NRM, long ago, said no, the correct thing is within Uganda, moyo gwa Uganda. Patriotism. Don't tell me about Bugandaism. Don't tell me about Ankoreism. Don't tell me about Basogansete. Don't tell him about Megwa in Achori, Megwa, hours. That's what it means in Achori. Tell us about the spirit of Uganda. Secondly, even the spirit of Uganda is not enough. Tell us about the spirit of Africa. Because it is the spirit of Africa that will create a big market for us, where we producers of wealth can be able to sell our products without restriction of a small market. So therefore, the starting point is ideological. Ekinatutaasa kiki, ekinataasa mu Africa kiki, what will save the African? That's where you start from. What will save the African is unity within Uganda and unity within Africa. Then from that unit of Africa, or a part of Africa, at least East Africa and Central Africa, then we can be able to negotiate with the other people like the Chinese and so on from a position of strength for other markets. So this is the starting point, ideological. Now, once I have that ideological commitment, then the next thing is I must remain strong to fight if necessary. If you start a war now, I will be there. I don't need to depend on the Bazukuru. They're going to. I will also be the one who comes in here. I also send him to. Because we must achieve our goal of salvation. So that means ideology now leads me to the second point. Discipline. Discipline. Because if I'm not disciplined, I go to the alcohol and I am weak. I can't, I see the enemy passing, I can't do anything about it. I would like Jesus, the other time, when Jesus was in the Garden of Gethsemane before he was hanged, he said the spirit is willing, but the body is weak. For him, he was fearing, because for him, he didn't want to fight. For him, he was fearing, because for him, he was a martyr. They were going to kumukomera Musumari without resistance. Musumari togenda kujunkuba munange. Because Jesus had chosen the path of martyrdom, but of course he also knew that he was going to spend a few days in the grave and come out. Even that, still he was very worried. He said, now, what I don't want is to say I have the spirit of patriotism, but I am sick because of alcohol. I can't do anything. I have a spirit of Pan-Africanism, but what can I do? I can't climb this hill of Butorogo. No. In order to achieve, number one, the ideological goal, I must preserve myself in order to, if necessary, do all that is necessary to achieve it. So ideology, discipline, and matayarisho, preparation. Like when we started, even the legs were, because of course I do exercises at home. Always, I'm always doing push-ups, but doing exercises in these indoors are not the same as walking or running. Those are mzanyo. I am glad to know that there are children of soldiers here. Where are those children? The children of soldiers, the ones who died, the ones who are alive. Let them come and stand here, that they see them. The children of all the soldiers, whether alive or dead. Mimirao, ebari ao. Mm-hmm. the children of soldiers. I want to propose one business to either some of you. The business of saving the Kampala people from dying from obesity by having businesses around Butorogo Hill here. We come and build, and the other one of what do you call the other one? Kanzira and other hills, so that Abagagabe Kampala, we organize for them to come and exercise in a gentle way, and then they pay. We will get money from those rich people, so they don't die. So, number one, ideology. Number two, discipline. Number three, matayarisho, preparation. That's how you can always, don't sit down, we shall take a group photograph, all of you. The ones who are, the one who, on the crutches, you can sit down, you can sit on the grass there. Tura wansi. Which one are tura wansi? So, this time of coming here is first of all to remember, but more importantly to expose you people to the sort of issues we are dealing with. And then thirdly, for me I have got a lot of benefit because I've been able to link up with the families. I've seen the widow of Setuba, the widow of Kisitu, the children of our other, I saw the widow of Wamara, Reverend Wamara in Kufu. I saw all those people, and I have their contacts. And I have checked what has been happening. The one good message is that finally, we know with the Baganda we say, Adringana Maoro Gajamo Mukuto. I don't know why the Baganda didn't like Maoro. In Jakaranywa Maoro. What is the problem with Maoro? Why? This is, Orugeroro Serunjoji. Kurachi Avaganda Wanyoma Maoro. Is that Maoro Gemberako? Come and tell us what is the issue. Why do they think that the Maoro cannot satisfy you? Orgero Mari Jawa. Why? Anasobola kufuyamba anaweza kuyamba jango oyo yefula nti muganda katulabe oba ono muzukulu oyo ajja atuyambe olugero lwavaawa.
My name is Jam Culture. Kati amawolu gulinga ebanga tosi omugati. Kati bakitwalanga chai. So mulala we yabanga asobola okuddira eggolu n'alitoka mu bungi n'alirya efukanga mmere. Ne batagisuula kwe kwava. Siwe kyali.
Jangu wano. Onayogere. naye mulabi amawolu omuganda teyali mwonoonyi wa mmere. Buli lwe yalyanga emmere ye nakkuta esigalawo ng'agitereka, era bw'agitereka enkya oba ekiseera ekirala bw'awulirira nti ayagala okulya ng'ajjayo emmere ye ng'agirya. Emmere eyo gye bayita amawolu kubanga ebeera ewoze naye ng'eterekebwa bulungi agirya mu kiseera ateera ekituufu. Era
naye ku lwaki kubanga olugero lulinga olunyooma amawolu
teruganyoma olugero olwo terunyooma amawolu kubanga agamba nti emmere eyo niwankubadde ng'ebeera ewoze olw'okubeera nti yagiterese bulungi bw'awulira nti enjala oba ekiseera kituuse agiddako n'agirya, era bw'agirya akkuta. Agavaga nti okuddiŋŋana kwe kubeera nti agitereka ate n'agiddako n'agitereka ate n'agiddako.
Okuddiŋŋana is the act of eating.
Repetition. Because you repeat.
Okay.
You go back to what you had saved.
Omuserikale oli kyayogera ku omuserikale oyo omukyala katuwere omukyala oyo agamba ki?
Omuserikale ono muto omukyala.
Yeah, Your Excellency, nze interpretation enyangu kitegeeza amawolu one element ey'obutayonoona mmere mweri, naye ekirala nti amawolu tosobola galyanga mmere eyo kya. Emmere ensu ogirya omulundi gumu n'ogikuta, naye amawolu olw'okuba gaba gakaluba gaba yes tosobola galya mu bungi mulundi gumu, olina okugaddiŋŋana. Olina okugaddiŋŋana osobole to get a feel up, kubanga yensu ogirya omulundi gumu n'okkuta, naye amawolu gaba sometimes gakaluba, olina okulyako akatono all that time n'ogaddamu osobole okukkuta.
Because it is not as attractive.
Yes sir.
That's a cultural difference.
Okay.
Your Excellency.
Ono muzukulu naye ayagala katulebe omuzukulu byagamba. Yes, Kiwanda.
Kana abadde agezaako kukituukako kubanga emmere ensu Brigadier abadde akyogedde nti emmere ensu
ebitagata. Ebitagata. Okay.
Emmere gye baba bakajjula gye tuyite emmere ensu mu Buganda. Kati yo ogiri omulundi gumu n'okkuta kyangu kubanga lyo olujijula mulya ne mukkuta, naye amawolu bw'ogalya oyinza obutakkuta naye bw'oddamu era n'owumula n'oddamu ogenda okulaba ng'okkuse.
Because it's not appetizing enough to
ng'emmere ensu kuba go gawoze ate gakaluba.
Kampulira omuzukulu kyagamba and byoma yanasembayo.
Neyanza President waffe amanya agange bampita Nakyejo Irene muwala w'omugenzi Sekiranda Mark Sergeant Sekiranda Mark. Amawolu yemmere esuzeewo.
Ayo banyankole obuhoro.
Bw'ogirya oba togyagala nnyo kubanga oba towulira bulungi nti nnungi, naye olw'ogirya n'ogiddamu n'okkuta ekitegeeza nti oba olina ekintu ky'okola ne kigaana nga bw'okiddiŋŋana omala n'okitereeza. Eyanzanya Excellency.
Okay, kale.
Neyanza nnyo Oweekitiibwa President, naye omukyala bye ansa yange. Omulamwa guli nti amawolu kyekintu ekisuzeewo. Bw'okola bizinensi nga ffe abayimbi n'oyimba oluyimba ne lutatunda, enkya fulumya olulala ndugaane n'enkya fulumya olulala owunziko ofunye hiiti, kitegeeza buli kintu ekiganye nkya kiddemu ojja kufunamu omulamwa.
Okay.
Awekitiibwa sa amawolu kitegeeza okunyiikirira ekintu mu bunyiikivu obwo ojjamu ansa entuufu. Kale golu bw'olirya emmere bw'ogirya ng'eyokya ogirya n'ogimala n'ogitereka enkya n'ogiddako n'onyiikira otuuka ku kyokola ki kyoyagala.
Kale, I think there's a problem of difference of appetite. Because with the Wanyankole, actually hot meals were not encouraged. It was the Wanyankole believed that eating hot food, cows will die. Yes. So especially for the cattle keepers, if they were to eat at all, because they were drinking milk all the time, but if they were to eat at all, like my great-grandmother, the one who died, the mother of my grandfather, I never saw her eating a hot meal, never, until she died. She would always drink her milk, but in the few times she would eat food, she would eat cold food, not. So that's why I was wondering, but I've now got the context. The Wagandas think that if you are used to hot food, the cold one is not appealing. But you are forced to eat it, and although you are eating it reluctantly, but if you continue, you will get satisfaction. So I get the context. So nange kati olaba nange ne muganda weruweru eyo kati bwe twadiringana ebyokuleeta enyingiza y'amaka twagezako entandikwa eyo ne bagitira eyo mukwise okusowola nesowola buli kyetuleeta wano kisowola twaleeta entandikwa nesowola netoroga kutoroga butorogo yaffe gye tulimu buli Nyankwere Lunyoro netuleeta NADS netuleeta PMA okutuusa bwe tuleese abasirikale bano operation wealth creation kubanga eri yonna gye nvudde abantu babadde bemulugunya naye bwe mbabuuza nti mwafuna emwanyi nti ezo zo twazifuna eri yonna gye nvudde okuvira ddala Galamba naye Kabaale eri gye twali kitegeeza nti abantu ate wali Bukatira Kalno Kadu yatwadde bwino n'agamba nti mu Nakaseke South bagabye emwanyi obukadde 9 nti bagabidde amaka 20,000. That is something very serious. Ate mbadde nsembera Kalege omusajja omusiraamu musanze awo n'omwana nembuuza nti gwe wafuna emwanyi nti nafuna meka 10 omuntu omu. Oli omulala mbuuza nti wafuna emwanyi nafuna emwanyi meka ez'okujjuza emu abadde tamanyi namba nemugamba nti ezo ziba 45 nti ezo kati wasigaddeyo naye ezisinga omusana gwazookya kati wasigaddeyo ebikolo 30 ku ndokwa 45 ebikolo 30 byokka byebyawona omusana naye nengamba kubanga mbadde n'olugero lwange omumutwe nti adinga n'amawululu agajamu omukuto nengamba si kyansonga tugenda kuddamu n'olwekyo kirungi kirabika ekigambo abaserikale bano emwanyi bazituusiza naye kadu kyabadde yemulugunya kiri nti embizi bafuna ntono ate n'ente ntono n'olwekyo twongeremu amaanyi mu okwongera ku mwanyi twongeremu embizi twongeremu ente embuzi ebibala kubanga ndabye I saw where we were passing, I saw very good pineapples. Very, very nice. I think it was in Bukuya or where? Very, very nice pineapples. So we can also have a fruits industry. So therefore, the children of soldiers, that is now on the side of agriculture. But agriculture is one line, is one sector where you can have wealth and jobs. Emirimu n'obugaga busangibwawa olwoye enyigiriza oluganda yanyigiriza ekigambo akabondo nti akabondo kitegeeza sector kati waliwo sectors 4 okuli emirimu okuli obugagga sector esooka yeno eya agriculture gyetubaddemu ey'emwanyi ey'embizi naye sector ey'okubiri ge makolero kati mwe nga mu abaana b'abaserikale abali wano bwe mukola ebibiina nga kasooli ono ali wano ajudde wano bano balimye kasooli naye oyinza kusanga bamutunda ng'empeke ne bamutwala Kenya ng'empeke kulwakimwe abaana b'abaserikale temwokolamu bibiina nembawereza ebyuma ebisa akawunga nebitabula emmere y'enkoko so that now bano abafumbira bano bensanzaawo ne balima kasooli gwe bakwita kusunsula bakwita ki nimumukuba nimujjamu akawunga nimujjamu emmere y'enkoko n'embizi so that tewali kasooli kubanga kasooli omwaka guli twalima obukadde 5 obwa tons abaana Uganda bakozesa akakadde kamu kokka obusigadde batunda bweru naye ng'empeke kati ekyo nimukikola food processing bwe tuvaawo okukola engato ngenda kuzimba ekyuma ekirongoosa amaliba ekawumu temugenda kuddamu kusaka leather kubanga abaana bagezeko okukola engato balina okusaka leather okuva Kenya okuva China kati leather ngenda kumulongosiza wano ekawumu nolwaki mu abaana b'abaserikale musobola kukola gurupu zammwe abamu ne babeera mu kukola engato okukola emisipi belts okukola ensawo z'abakyala zino zebutambula bwe bati okukola entebe z'emmotoka ezabatuulako oyo leather entebe z'emmotoka ezo bizinesi zonna ziri awo. Kati eyo ke kabonda kookubiri, obulimi n'obulunzi, amakolero. Kiri kye mbadde ngamba okukola tourism, okukozesa ng'ebifo bino kye mbadde ngamba bali abantu bamwe abafiira Kampala ebigagga biri osanga ebibuto byonna byo kati wetwogerera abantu 4 ku 100 abafiira mu ddwaliro batibwa okulya bafa lwa mmere bali ekiyitiridde waliwo batalina mmere naye ate waliwo abafa emmere. Kati biri ebintu bya abantu baffe abali emmere eyitiridde mbateekereko ebifo kwe bajja ne bakola exercises nga bino byemukoze wano. This is very good. Alinya nakirira wansi nasula mu hoteli nakusasula ekisajja nikiwangaala kw'emyaka egye. Kati ebyo akabondo ako kalimu buweereza services, kali akabondo akasoose bulimi n'obulunzi, akokubiri makolero, naye ate waliwo akabondo ak'obuweereza ng'obwo obwa hoteli, tourism, transport, waliwo bodaboda ezo muzimanyi, waliwo professional ebirala lawyer akoleza omusango, okuyimba kuno okuyimba omuyimbi talima mmere nga nze ndi mulunzi. Bw'oba oyagala amata ojje wange, bw'oba oyagala ennyama ojje wange, bw'oba oyagala eddiba ojje wange, n'amatooke ennima entungamo. Okuyimba nayimbako oluyimba lwange kati bw'oba oyagala akawunga ogenda ow'abazzukulu abakuba akawunga, naye bw'oba oyagala okusanyuka okuwulira bulungi abazzukulu abayimba awo ne bakuyimbira. Then the fourth akabondo kookuna ke ka ICT, ebyuma bya kalimagezi, ebyo nabyo weebiri okubikozesa okufuna ekyokukola. N'olwekyo okubeerawo nti muna kyemukola sikikiriza. Kati tukwatagane abaana b'abasirikale nga bazadde bamwe bwe bafuuka ekyokulabirako okulwanira ensi, mwe mufuuka ekyokulabirako okununula ensi yaffe okuva mu bwavu. Kankomawo olwaleero ebirala tunabyogera eri mu maaso gye tulaga. Mwebale nnyo, mwebale ddala. Yes, I can have
viewers of UBC TV, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has just delivered his speech to the Bazukulu here, and of course continue to encourage them and to tell them the very reasons why we're here. And he's made his speech basing on 3 very important issues here, insisting why he still does what he does today. It's because of ideology, the discipline and the preparation that they've always had in these struggles. He keeps just adding on to these lectures to make sure that the Bazukulu try to experience or try to have a feel of what they went through. So what is happening here now is His Excellency is going to take a group photo with the children of the fighters. They have an umbrella organization called Watoto wa Jeshi. They have their own umbrella called Watoto wa Jeshi. They've been part of the trek from when we began. and the president wants to use them to ensure that they now become ambassadors of I could call it Operation Wealth Creation and a number of these other things. But where we are here on Butologo Hill is where we are going to set off to our next destination, where we'll camp again in Kasambia in Kakumiro. Now there is Kasambia in Mubende district, but this time we're going to spend the night in Kasambia in Kakumiro district, which is slightly above 14 kilometers to Birembo, where we will be. Now this is going to be the 6th camp site, and remember the whole trek has got 7 campsites. So when we do the 6th campsite tonight, then tomorrow night is when we'll do the 7th and final campsite in Birembo, where we'll continue to hear more of the other stories. Now slightly or immediately after the group pictures here, then we'll be given the directions of how we're going to move right from here. But what we've been told, because already it's midday, close to it's actually coming to 1 o'clock, we've been told that we are now just going to drive our cars to somewhere, I think in Kasambia, because it's about 64 kilometers. But we are told we might drive for something about 45 kilometers. Then there are 4 who will walk to where we're supposed to be. And of course, we'll bring you more of the details of this Africa Kwetu trek with the Chief Trekker, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, with the Bazukulu, as they continue to hear these inspirational stories from the different fighters and the personal testimonies of those who were part of it. By the grace of God, they are still living today, and they have a lot of things to share with us. So far, what we've heard from Brigadier Kastura is 993, the official numbers. But you see, what is so amazing is that there has not been any casualties, any sicknesses, any sort of accident or whatever it is. So far, we want to thank God. There's only one person who was taken back to Kampala who had a psycho problem, and he's got a history of psychiatric issues. So he's the only person who had issues, I think, because of the scorching sun, and he was driven back. But all the other cases, there has not been any case of injury, any case of an accident, any case of a sickness. And what is just amazing is the numbers keep growing every other day. Unofficially, we were about 2,000, but the official numbers of the trekkers from 671 that came from Kampala, we're now 993 as we build towards the end of it. We are still live on UBC TV, and of course we'll now take you back to our broadcast studios in Kampala just slightly after this. We'll now be moving, and the next time we'll talk back to you, we'll be now again speaking from a different campsite in Kasambia. My name is Jagenda Semakola Ziksoka, on behalf of all the team that is tirelessly working here to ensure that everything comes live to you and in real time. We thank you so much, team in Kampala, and we will now sign out back to you over in Kampala.
Thank you, Jagenda Semakula, for giving us the updates of what is happening there. That is on Butologo Hills, that is in Mubende, where they are now living for Kasambia there, which is in Kakumiro district. And of course, we saw His Excellency give a very, very rich message there, where he began by emphasizing that apart from recording these messages, these events as they unfolded by then, and also taking an opportunity to speak to the people in these areas, meeting some of these veterans that would not have met. It also helps the youth that they have traveled with to have a feel of what happened by then. But very importantly, in his message, Felix, His Excellency mentioned the word ideology. That this generation, you must have an ideology, because by then they had an ideology that they have stuck to, and it has enabled them to achieve so much. He talks about discipline being key, that if you're to prosper, you must have discipline. Even he went ahead talking about how do you keep your body fit so that in case of anything, you can be able, he talked about the youth not engaging in alcohol, in drinking alcohol, reckless livelihood, amongst other things. But then it comes to the key message that involved agriculture, that involved ICT, service delivery, and all these, he summarized it in a way that now the battle is to fight against poverty. That we see him urging children of soldiers and also veterans that the battle now, their fathers could have fought the gun battle, which they did, but let's join the struggle to fight poverty.
No, in essence, His Excellency has re-emphasized the aspect of being innovative. And if anyone bothered to understand the message of the President, what he's saying is, look around you. Realize the gaps. That is your opportunity. It is simply what the President is saying. Okay? And this message even goes far beyond just the children of the soldiers or whatever. But it's about entire Uganda. Look around yourself, realize the challenges. That is your opportunity to be rich, to make a living. It's simply that. And if any man bothers to pick this message, for example, His Excellency says, you have hills here. People keep going to the gym. You use what you have to get what you don't have. In simple terms, is what His Excellency's message is saying. That let us turn the challenges of every society, the problems of our societies, into opportunities for us to make a living. And for those who matter to listen, have picked it. And probably their lives will change.
Well, I want to wind up with the key questions of General Eli Tumwine, where in his speech he said, one of the things, there are 4 key questions in life that each of us we must ask ourselves. What you're doing, why are you doing it? Where have you come from to get where you are? Where have you reached? And where do you want to be? That is food for thought. And of course, from me and Felix and the entire team here, we just want to hand over to normal programming. Have a lovely day. But remember, all the updates will be coming your way as we continue. God bless you.